Hi bro, I don't know what's happening here, but let me try to figure it out. Maybe we can chill and make some trouble together, lol. I wonder if rockets can turn into goats like they did in that video, lol. Jelly beans are awesome sweet things, they make me want to sneaky snare my stash, lol. My name is Foxy. I follow at Pagos, so tags for me are Chase, Bro, and some people might want to try the hashtag Pogchasing Challenge LOL.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Sorry to be tardy to the party. How are we all doing today? Okay. Hey, thank you for the follow, Flumbo. Sorry that I'm late. I had something I had to take care of real quick right when I went live. But we're good now. How's everyone doing today? What's up, Toji? How you doing? Let me go live real quick on TikTok. I would go live the same time that I go live on Twitch, but TikTok doesn't like it when I'm just sitting there doing nothing. So, what's up, Flumbo? You know me from somewhere? Where do you know me from? Do you know me from Flumbo School? Am I in a Discord server of a duck? Yeah, I'm in Ducky's Discord server for his game. Are you a friend of Ducky's? Hey, what's up, Rexy? Thank you for the lurk. Appreciate it. There we go. My controller didn't want to connect. Yes, Ducky, you did. One of your friends is here. All right. Jump into it. No, I don't want to quit the desktop. How's everyone been doing? You guys have a good Friday? Hey, Rogue, how you doing? What's up? What? Uh, Red Dead was saying I'm out of memory. That is literally impossible. I have 128 gigabytes of memory. Wow, it is using a lot. How is this game using 27% of 128 gigs? That's like close to 30 gigs of memory. Holy cow. It doesn't want to start up though. Out of memory, okay. Oh, and then the game just closes. All right, give me a sec. I don't know what's going on. Well, like I always say, it's not a Slacker stream without frickin' technical difficulties, am I right? Red Dead is cooked. Yeah, we're doing story mode. I don't really have a reason to do online mode. You know, I don't have like a group of friends to play with, and honestly, when I did play Red Dead Online 2, it was kind of boring. It wasn't much to do, so I just said, forget it. Are we good? You gonna start up? Okay, there we go. Oh man. I could play with viewers, but how many people actually have this game? You know, I'm better off playing like Fortnite with you guys because tons of people have this game or have Fortnite because it's free. Okay, let's see. Let's try this again. Goat. You playing some goat game with Duck? Got to turn on chat for TikTok. What's up, RJ? How you doing? You hurt both your arms on the zip line yesterday. Dang, son. What are you going so hard on the zip line for? Doing good? Awesome. I'm glad to hear it. My saddle has been left behind. Oh, did my horse die? I think my horse died, guys. Guess we're gonna have to buy a new horse. That was the free thoroughbred too. Man. Alright, we're just gonna have to take my free horse then. That's a bummer. No, Toji. I doubt that. You don't hear the game? Oh my God. Why don't nobody say nothing? Okay. Do you hear the game now? Hey, what's up, Matt? Welcome. Probably the same thing over on TikTok. Let me make sure. No, TikTok should be able to hear the game. All right. You were wondering why it was so peaceful? Yeah, it's because you couldn't hear me. That's why. Any day where you can't hear Slacker is a good day. Am I right? Let's go hang out with our boy John. Yeah, no, TikTok, you can hear it. But for some reason Twitch couldn't, but I think I fixed it. You could hear me? Bummer. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to put you through something so traumatizing. It's not peaceful. Yeah, you're too nice. You're too sweet. Hey, what's up, Merlin? How you doing? How's it going? No need to cry. Don't worry. It's okay. Your Oshi has arrived.
Morning.
You're super good? I'm super good too. Thank you for asking. Hold up a minute. I'm funny on accident. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take funny on accident versus trying to force being funny and being cringe. You know what I mean? You're not good at all? Why not? What's wrong? What's the matter?
Yeah.
We got some dudes hanging out over here. What's going on over here? What's all this then?
Slow up now.
What are they doing over there? I think I want to find out. Did I bring a deer back to camp? There we go. No. Get the fuck back here. You're gonna be my dinner. Hey, who is that? Yuki. Hey, thank you, Yuki. Thank you for the heart me. My day was pretty good. I just worked. That's pretty much it. It's as you may or may not know, it's Super Bowl weekend. So I've been having to do with Super Bowl traffic, which is tedious and annoying. How you been, Yuki? How long have I been gone? 1 day.
Oh, poor thing. Poor thing. Come here. Come here. Okay.
Oh, is this the guy that gets kicked in the head? Yep. Bum 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 bum. Bum.
Yep.
Sucks to be you, bro. What's up, Sonny? How you doing? Hey, thank you, Yuki. Thank you, thank you. Seems like everybody thinks we're gone for 2 years.
I'm just fine without your
No, I think it's just because, you know, people like seeing the stream, and when I'm gone for a day, 20 decades. So 200 years. Yo, what's up, Amethyst? Do a backflip. I am afraid to tell you that I am firmly rooted to the ground. I could do a backflip, but you'd have to wait for me to get to my animations. What I should probably do is put animations on my stream deck. That way, if you guys want to see me do a backflip, I can just push a button and do it. I'm sorry to hear that, Yuki. Yeah, like I work an office job, so like when I'm sitting there all day, when I like sit up, all of a sudden my back kills me and I'm like, oh, I've been sitting in bad posture all damn day. Become a backflip. You want me to ascend my mortal form and become a backflip? I could probably do that.
Morning.
Morning. Alright, we're gonna go give this deer to Pearson. You work afternoons? Oh, I see, I see. Oh, look at that, guys. Double rainbow. Wow. Double rainbow all the way across the sky.
And
Alright, Pearson.
meaning?
Morning, Mr. Morgan.
Hey, Pearson.
Here, take this deer off my hands.
Morning, Arthur.
Good morning. Can someone please take this off me?
Good day, Mr. Morgan.
Dude.
What are we gonna do?
Stop saying hi to me. I can't put the freaking deer down when you say hi to me.
I know, dear.
Here we go. Jesus. No, no, Arthur, please. Hunted animal carcasses and parts can be handed in at Pearson's butcher camp. Oh, I gotta drop it in at the counter. Okay. Got it. Yo, what's up? Hi, 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 hi. There, now we can go drop this off.
That sure is a large one.
That's what she said.
Well, how are you?
Doing all right, Lenny. How are you? All right, where is the counter? Is this the counter here?
Arthur, come on. Go wash that blood and mess off.
This table is table game. What?
Good morning, Arthur.
Come on now, Pearson.
Do I drop it off here? Donate. There we go.
You know, these hides and furs can also be done up into coats and boots and such. Beyond my skills, but there's a trapper that travels around these parts.
There.
Canadian feller, skilled tanner. He
Do
can
not
fix
care,
by
Pearson. Do not care.
hand.
Blah, blah, blah-dee blah. Wait here. Do we get a bath? Nah. Real men wear the blood of their hunted victims. That way everything knows not to mess with them. Alright, John.
John? Let's get on. Good. And you? Got everything we need. Good. I think we need another man.
You know what's real annoying? Is, people who mod this game and their characters look way too,
Arthur?
like,
Ain't that dumb?
handsome, if that makes any
Next time, let
sense.
the wolves eat all your brain.
What's up, John?
You'll be a genius.
My face is red like a lobster. I fell and broke my poor lobster. I watched from my
Oh, look who's drunk.
I'll never get drunk anymore. Ooh.
Why do we keep this guy around? Does anybody know what his role in the gang is?
I'm resolved to try it.
I think we should just put him out of his misery, if you know what I mean.
Are you mad at me?
No, I'm just trying to think.
Okay.
And your husband, is he well?
Good morning, Hosea. Abigail. Mary Linton. Okay, so I guess talking to John was just to tell him that we did the thing. Let's go talk to Abigail because she's here.
You ain't giving up on us, are you?
Who did you call a goddamn drunkard?
Cook him? Yeah, I don't think he'd make very good food. He's full of drugs and alcohol.
Hey there. Hey, Arthur. Come here a minute.
What is it?
Can I ask you a favor?
Probably not.
Very funny. Would you do something with Jack? He seems kind of
Abigail
down.
can read.
All this upheaval can't have been easy.
Yeah,
on the
she
poor
tries to
kid.
Because
teach
I'm your
John to
preferred
read.
nursemaid?
Because he likes you, and, well, you know his father's useless.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yay, we're gonna go fishing with Jack. Oh, Jackie boy. Where's my little nephew? Oh, seriously, where is he? Oh, there you are. Couldn't see you. Blended in with the rocks.
What you up to?
Playing,
Anything fun?
I guess.
You want to come fishing with me?
Fishing?
Sure. You're... It's about time that you started to earn your keep.
Okay,
Good. Let's go get your pole in. Now, you do have a fishing pole, don't you?
I sure do. Uncle Jose made me one.
Good. Well, let's go get it then. Go catch us some fish.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll mount up and lift you on when you're ready. Yeah.
Ain't he
So
a little
awesome.
scamp?
You so cute. You make my heart go woot woot.
Woot woot. Who's he talking to? He's talking to the little one.
So, where are we going?
Just
He's
down
talking to
the
little
river
old
here.
Jack.
You shouldn't go too far from camp.
Oh, okay.
You feeling better? I know you was a little sick.
Oh, I'm fine.
You're a brave kid.
So, just like you.
Well, I don't know about brave. I ain't much of a kid no more. So your mama might disagree.
You're a
And
kid,
a few other
Arthur.
women, I guess.
He was blending in. I know, he looked like a little rock.
I'm just talking silly. It's been a tough few weeks up in that snow.
I like the snow.
Yes, but not like that.
When are we going back to the other camp?
The one near Blackwater?
Yeah.
Well, we're not. This is our spot. For now, anyway. Why?
I forgot a storybook there. We left so quick.
Well, I'm sure someone can get you another storybook.
Really? When?
Well, we'll see.
Gotcha. I gotta go get the little guy a book. Who's with me? Let's go get Jack a book.
Ride fast, Uncle Arthur.
You got it, buddy.
All right. Yeah.
This is as fast as my horse can go. I'm sorry. I lost the other one, unfortunately.
All right. This looks as good a spot as any.
Where should we stand, Uncle Arthur?
Down by the shore. Come on, follow me.
Just by the water there? You mean?
I do
can't
love
wait
me
to
some
get
fishing.
started.
I love me when a game has good fishing. He's so cute. Yeah, he's a little scamp.
First, we need some bait. I'm gonna use some cheese.
Cheese?
Bellier
Jeez.
the better. Now, cast your line. Swing the rod back over your shoulder and bring it forward in a smooth motion.
Hold
Use
LT.
your wrist, not your elbow.
This is something his dad should be doing.
That's it. Good. All we do now, Jack, is wait for a fish to take the bait.
How do I know when I've got a bite?
Well, if you feel the tip of your fishing rod just twitching, don't yank it yet. That just means one's nibbling. If you feel a hard tug, that's a fish going for the bait, so yank hard to hook.
You see that fish jumping out on the water there?
Something's tugging at your rod, Uncle Arthur.
Whoop, think I got one.
I see. Welcome back from the ad break. If you hate ads, consider a sub or using your Twitch Prime.
You see him fighting there, Jack? That's when you gotta
This
be careful. You'll break the line.
this game, by the way, when you go catch the legendary fish, it's a real freaking thumb workout.
It's almost as small as you. We should really throw these smaller ones back. Give them a chance to grow up a bit.
Can I take a break from fishing? I want to make something.
Okay.
Because what you got to do is you got to quickly rotate the sticks,
Some of those red flowers. I'll be right back.
and the legendary fish fight like crazy hard. So you're like rotating like a madman. I've seen some people on the Red Dead subreddit where they basically rub a freaking blister onto their hands.
Now seems like he's taking a rest now. I'm gonna try reeling him in nice and steady.
Nice and steady. Did I catch a boot? Uh-oh.
Oh, this one's a red-fin pickerel.
Pickerel.
Not bad.
Anything bigger in here? I mean, I don't think a trout is gonna go for a
Uncle Arthur.
I know. Born a
cheese.
But then
Once had Arthur fish out a
you
char,
can get food for days.
but he couldn't donate his food. Was it a legendary char?
If you're lucky. But until then, you just sit and wait. Try not to worry. It's good for you.
It's good for you?
I want to see him fish out the giant fish from Animal Crossing. What's my favorite drink?
You've got a bite, Uncle Arthur.
There.
I would say energy drinks. Anything with
You gotta
caffeine
stick
except
to
for
things,
coffee.
Jack.
I
I
know.
do not like coffee.
What are you making there?
You'll see. It's a surprise.
You still all right over there?
I'm fine.
Just want to catch one more, then we'll call it a day.
This is a pretty big bluegill. But we don't want it.
Hey, look at this.
And what?
Look, he
This
made me a
necklace I
flower
made.
necklace.
Necklace?
For Mama.
Oh, he made it for his mom.
What a fine young man. And in such complex circumstances. Arthur, isn't it? Arthur Morgan?
Who are you?
Yes, Arthur Morgan. Vanderlyn's most trusted
that
associate.
fish.
You've
Try that
read the
with some
files. Typical case.
beans, rice, and
Orphan
fires.
street kid seduced by that maniac's silver tongue and matures into a degenerate murderer.
Nah, I know what you're talking
Agent
about.
Milton?
That does sound good.
Agent Ross. Pinkerton Detective Agency.
Some
seconded
fried
to the
fish
United
with some
States government.
rice, some beans,
Nice to finally
and
meet.
some French fries.
You know a lot about you.
Do you?
You're a wanted man, Mr. Morgan. There's $5,000 for your head alone.
$5,000 for me? Can I turn myself in?
We want Vanderlyn.
Old Dutch. I haven't seen him for months.
That's so. Because I heard a guy fitting his description robbed a train belonging to Leviticus Cornwall up near Granite Pass.
Oh, ain't that a little old-fashioned nowadays?
Apparently not. Listen.
Yo, what's up,
This is
Shark
my
Bait? How you
offer,
doing?
Mr. Morgan? Bring in Vanderlyn.
Throw
You
these
have
twerps
my
into the
word
fryer while
it
we're
won't
at it.
Swing.
Oh, I ain't gonna swing anyways, Agent.
Yeah,
Milk.
they're
You
Pinkertons.
see,
Fuck
I
the
haven't done
Pinkertons.
anything wrong.
What's up, Deku? How you doing?
Aside from not playing the games to your rules.
Spare me the philosophy lesson. I've already heard it from Mac Callender.
Matt Callender.
He was pretty shot up by the time I got to him. So really, it was more of a mercy killing. Slow, but merciful.
You enjoy being a rich man's toy, dear.
I enjoy society, flaws and all. You people venerate savagery, and you will die. Savage.
Yeah, we are
all
the
of you.
Pinkertons.
we're
Their
all
outfits
gonna
always
die,
match.
Agent.
Some
They
of
love
us
their
sooner
little
than
matching suits, don't they?
others. Good day, Mr. Morgan.
Good day, Mr. Pinkerton.
Enjoy your fishing, kid, while you still can.
Hey, I recognize that voice.
Who are they?
Isn't that the Colonel
Don't worry
from
about it,
Red
no
Dead?
more at all. Come on, let's pick up
Hey,
the
what's
fence
up,
and
Mitten
get-
for a Ball? How you doing? How's your Friday been, Deku?
It's getting late, Jack. Your mother would be worried. Let's head
Getting
back.
late. Dude, the sun is still in the sky. Like, barely
I don't like it here
afternoon.
anymore.
Arthur, you can't lie to the kid. He can clearly see the sun. Yeah, it's noon. It's like noonish. See where
Why
the
did
sun
you lie
is?
about where Uncle Dutch is?
The sun is going
Well,
east.
because those are disagreeable men.
That means
And I don't
right
want them
above
to
me, if
hurt
you look this direction, right
What
above
does it
me
mean
would
about
be
Matt?
where noon would be.
Is he in jail?
So it's probably about 2 o'clock.
I don't think so.
Where's there's no clock.
I hope he's
Trying to
just
see if there was
fine
like a
where he
watch or
is.
something.
Like I said, don't worry
It's
about it.
high
The
noon.
world is full of disagreeable men. That's why you got all of us.
Back in my days of playing Overwatch when I
back
mained
down.
Diva, my favorite
Now,
thing to
about
do
that
is to bully
necklace you
McCree
made, You still got it, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Good.
and Genji.
Did you like fishing?
It was okay, I think.
I'm doing alright.
It's a
Thanks
lot
for
of
asking.
waiting around.
It is.
You doing alright?
Yeah. There, boy. You see that deer?
Oh boy, same as it ever was, eh, Deku? Alright, I brought your boy back.
There you are. How you boys getting on?
Great. We
Munching
caught
on a couple
fish,
pieces
and
of
I made you
sourdough
this
bread.
necklace.
Hey,
That pretty. Not
that
the
sounds pretty
luckiest.
good.
Did you thank Uncle Arthur?
No need. We had a
I love sourdough.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Just met some folk. I better go speak with Dutch.
Okay.
Hey, you did real fine, kid.
Thanks.
You didn't catch any fish.
We got a problem. What? I just met some guys out near the river. A fella named, Milton, and, I don't remember the other fella's name. Ross. Milton and Ross. And they are employees of the Pinkerton Detective Agency. And they know about the train, and they know we're here.
Were you followed back here?
No, they know we're near here. And they want you, Dutch.
They
offered me my
want
freedom in
Dutch.
exchange, they did.
Arthur's more of a dad than John.
Why
Yeah.
didn't you take it?
Very funny. Well, what
The
do we
fact
do
that he
now?
actually talks to the kid and, you know, treats him like a kid. And John treats him like a burden.
I say we do nothing. Just yet. It's just trying to scare us into doing something stupid. We have turned a corner. We survived them mountains. We just need to stay calm.
Oh, I'm always calm. Man, I do not like how his bandolier is just floating. Like, you can tell it was made for him wearing jackets. Okay, who do we got? We got Jane Marston. Should we go talk to Mary? Or should we go talk to Jane Marston? I think we've been leaving Mary hanging. We should go talk to Mary. Arthur's gonna get some heartbreak. Mary the ex, yeah. The one who wants Arthur to run away with her.
Okay, boy.
And I honestly think Arthur should do it. He really should run away with Mary. Leave this whole life behind. Well, I mean, it's too late now, because now he done and got tuberculosis. And I know it's just a video game, but I love seeing all the wildlife running around. Kind of wish that's something you could see in real life. Dude, oh my God, you're everywhere. Run, Arthur, run! Jesus Christ. Okay, now we can pull out the rifle. I was not ready for that. Get them all? Yeah, we got them all.
Easy now. I need to try harder than that.
I wouldn't be bragging if I were you, Arthur. We almost lost. When you played, Arthur had gold bars in his bag, but he said if I had the money, we'd run away together. It's like, by the end of the game, if you do like all the exploration and find all the gold bars and stuff, you've got millions of dollars in 1899 money, which, you know, you could just run away with Mary. You could show her dad, like, look, I got millions of dollars in liquid assets. And then her dad could be like, yep, nope. Go for it. Can I free the horses? You finished Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? Oh, how'd you like it? Come on, Arthur. Open it up. There you go. Just snake oil. Okay. Gun oil. Okay. I think it said that our pistol was in bad condition. Weapon needs cleaning. There we go.
Hey everyone, Raj Haskanovich just banned Slacker from the following in-game action, can't shoot. Everyone point and laugh.
Boy, ain't it a good thing then that I'm about to go do a talking mission, huh? Oh, close to dying. Do I have any anime suggestions? I I haven't seen many lately.
I travel alone.
The only one I could really recommend, but it's also, I don't know what kind of anime you're into, but the only one I could suggest right now is Freerun, because that's the only one that I recently seen aside from like the Demon Slayer movie and all that stuff. So, you know, it's up to you.
Real hungry here.
This guy again? All right. Freerun's got some good action. The story is really good.
Hey, brother. Hey, mister. I never learned your name. I never did.
Where did I find the Demon Slayer movie? I went and saw it in the theater.
I didn't learn your name. And I said to myself, Mickey, you never learned that fella's name.
Hey, Cat. Thank you for the follow. Welcome,
you'll never
welcome.
see him again. And you'll be sad. Like when your puppy passed. Because you slept on it.
Yeesh.
What's your name, mister?
Arthur.
Arthur.
My uncle's name.
You've been
was
looking for it
Arthur.
on Crunchyroll?
Uncle Arthur, we call him, on account of his name.
I don't know if it's on
Fine
Crunchyroll.
name. A strong name. Like a king. You could be my king, Mr. Arthur. Yes, you could.
That's weird. I mean, Arthur is a king, but don't say that. You don't just walk away after saying that either. Yeah, I don't know if it's on Crunchyroll. That's the thing.
You got a problem?
It might be. And also, admittedly, I have not been on Crunchyroll in months.
I have the time off work now, and the doctor's got me on some
It's probably, if I had to venture a guess, it would be on like one of the other services.
And to think you're a church-going man.
Oh, hey, friend. Remember me?
Say, you look familiar.
Hey, Wallace. This here's the kind soul I was telling you about.
The one that gave you the medicine when the snake got you.
Oh, that guy.
Guess so.
Listen, friend, I know I can never repay you, but how about you head over to the gunsmith and pick out your choice of item on my tab?
Oh, well, thanks.
Yeah, seemed like the least I could do. With him being sent straight from the
We're gonna
Almighty
go
to
get the
save my
most
life.
expensive gun that this guy has.
Almighty.
Always a doubter, you.
What's up,
are.
Merlin?
I'm a man of this world, not
What
the
am I
next
paying?
one. Anyway.
What do you mean paying? I'm not paying for anything.
Hey, what can I do for you?
Fitter outside told me I could grab something on his tab. The one with the bite in his leg.
Ah, Norbert, huh? Well,
Norbert.
he's good for it. About all he's good for between the two of us. Well, take a look around. Find something you like, I'll put it on his tab.
We're gonna get the most expensive thing he has. Damn it, everything's locked. Yeah, I probably should get another pistol, eh? Carbine repeat. Alright, I already got that. Mauser pistol. Volcano pistol. Schofield revolver. I should probably get the Schofield.
Fine choice. I'll let him know. Bye now.
Bye now. It just does. Where's the thing that increases damage? That's it. Oh, it's the ammunition. Okay. Cool. We got a new revolver. Revolver Ocelot. Upgraded holster. Oh yeah, I never got the holster for the pistol. Huh. Oh, might as well get it now. A Smurf in Western? What do you mean by that? I've never heard that before. The Schofeld's a pretty good revolver, so those stupid O'Driscolls want to ambush me again. They're gonna get it. Oh, you mean Smith and Western? Okay, Smith and Wesson. I was like, what are you saying? Are you calling Arthur a Smurf? I mean, he is wearing blue right now, but sheesh. Mary. Hope I don't get the glitch where she comes out in her underwear. That's happened a lot.
Yes?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb you, ma'am. Is Mrs. Linton in?
I'll go see. Mrs. Linton, hollered
Mrs.
for you.
Should have bathed first.
Hello,
Oops.
Arthur.
Mary?
I heard you and your friends was around.
Okay. Where's what's-his name?
Died.
What's his name?
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too. Happened a while ago. Pneumonia.
Bad business.
Sure.
So, well, you've been made a widow and you come here looking for me, is that it?
No, ain't like that, Arthur.
Okay.
My family. I need your help.
You mean the family that always looked down on me? You want me to help them?
It's my little brother, Jamie.
I always liked Jamie, at least compared to the rest of them.
He's broken Daddy's heart.
Daddy has a heart.
Don't make me beg you, Arthur.
My money, my life, me. I wasn't good enough.
I'm sorry.
You're right. He
We
is
need your
sweaty.
help
Damn.
real bad. Little Jamie's joined the Chelonians, that strange religious order.
Good for him.
They're quite mad, Arthur. They'll kill him. You're the only person he'd listen to.
So, I'm too rough to marry into your family, but it's okay to ask me to help in saving your family.
I'm sorry. I understand if you don't want to help me, but I think of you often.
Long time ago now.
I'm begging you, Arthur.
I say let Jamie live Jamie's life and not the nightmare that his daddy dreamed up for him.
Jamie's so innocent, Arthur.
Yo, what's up, cowboy? How you doing,
Please.
partner?
Arthur. Will you help me?
Yeah, I'll help.
Where is he?
Somewhere
Rogue.
out near Carmody Dell, I think. The
Have
rancher
a good
there
night.
said he'd seen him around the Cumberland Forest area. I just want him back, Arthur.
Yo, what's
If
up,
you
Tails? How
find
you
him, Bring
doing?
him to me at the station.
I'll see what I can do.
I'll owe you.
You already owe me.
About tree fitty.
Okay, boy.
Oop. Okay, so where's he at? Up in the mountains, way up there. Don't forget to save. You know what? Good idea. You know something I don't? Hmm? You gonna try to crash my game? I'm watching you. You gonna take a break from streaming? Yeah. That's a good idea. Time-consuming business, this streaming is. Not difficult per se, you know. But it is time-consuming.
Hi there.
Hey there, mister.
Hey there, mister.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the platform. Like me, I stream to 3 platforms. So, you know, it's kind of a strain. I'm hoping one day, if I can save up the money, I want to get a computer dedicated to streaming. So, like, I can have one game for playing or one rig for playing games, and then another rig just for streaming.
Hi there, mister.
Because it's kind of a stress playing games and also streaming at the same time. It's a stress on your computer.
Yep.
In 2 years you can get a laptop from your scholarship. Hey, that's cool. Whitetail buck. Hey, what's up, John? How you doing? Thanks for the heart, me. Appreciate it.
Move.
I ain't ashamed to shoot a feller in the back. I'm alive,
Okay
ain't I?
there?
Get down on my face.
Excuse you? Lucky I'm in a good mood, mister. Or I'd make you eat a boy. You gonna stream off that laptop? I mean, that's, you know, that's a good start.
Yeah.
Just for one thing, though, make sure you know what you're gonna stream, by the way, because today I was going through YouTube and some random kid's stream appeared in my, I don't know what you call it, like on the sidebar. And he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be watching scary videos or something." And I looked through it, and it's like spending 10 minutes of him looking for a video, and I'm like, "Bro, you should know what you want to stream ahead of time. What are you doing?" So make sure you know what you're streaming. Alright, here we go. We got these religious nutcases. Chelonia. My Chelonia.
No less than the recent rediscovery of theology.
Gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Shell of safety. Shell of safety.
Can I speak to the boy?
Arthur?
Hello, son. Your sister is very worried.
The boy has chosen
Why'd I
the
start
path,
singing?
the path to
You know me. If something sounds like a song, I'll sing it.
His sister just wants to speak with him.
Arthur, I've chosen a path.
The boy has chosen a path. He's chosen safety. What path have you chosen, sir?
Guns.
I don't know about this nonsense. Let me speak to the boy.
Dut. Are you always this negative and antagonistic, sir?
I'm gonna have to shoot you.
Only when dealing with idiots. Now let me talk to the boy.
Oh, you want to fight?
You really want to do this the hard way? Goddamn lunatic. Not getting through to you now.
That's enough, Arthur!
Kid, come on. This is crap. You're better than this.
Better than what? Better than one in paradise?
Better than thinking these fools know a damn thing about paradise. Now let me take you home.
You're a sad man, Arthur. You're a real sad man.
Sure, but come home.
Not a chance!
Oh, for goodness sake.
Leave me alone, Arthur! I didn't ask for your help!
Am I gonna have to lasso him? Did I kill him? I don't know.
Come on, Jamie.
Probably
Your
just knocked him
sister's
out.
worried about you.
You pop up out
He'll be fine. Let me talk to the boy.
sorry!
Just stop and let's talk about this. They're just using you. Telling you what you want to hear.
What the hell do you know about it, Arthur? I don't have to answer to you.
Go. Damn it, we gotta do this the hard way.
I was doing just fine by myself.
So we do gotta do it the hard way. What's my favorite show?
For Christ's sakes, Jamie, just hold up a minute. Come on, Yates.
Any
You
show?
can see this is crazy.
You're the crazy one.
I'd have to say Doctor Who.
This is none of your damn business.
Hey, what's up, Lucia? I'm sorry. You didn't get notified?
Sorry, mister.
What are you gonna do, Jamie? Live
Did you
rest
not
of
see
your
the
life
notifications
with
on
those
the
people?
They're my friends.
Discord? Doctor Who? Yeah, Doctor Who.
Shoot you. I swear it.
What are you talking about? You ain't no killer.
You don't know who I am.
You shooting at me? Oh. You gonna get it now, boy. Alright, my horse is tired. Huh? What do you mean he got away? He's right there. What? It's so peak? Yeah, it is.
Leave me alone, Arthur. I didn't ask for your help.
What do you mean, of course I like Doctor Who? What's that supposed to mean, huh?
Christ's sakes, Jamie, just hold up a minute.
This is none
Am I still Arthur? Yeah. We have not beaten the game yet. Or I haven't got to the sad part at
They're
least.
just using you. Telling you what you want to hear.
What the hell do you know about it, Arthur?
Just stop and let's talk about this.
You pop up out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, horsey, go.
Jamie, your
Yeah.
sister's worried about you.
I was doing just fine by myself.
Can I just lasso him and get this over with?
Come on, Yates. Stupid, you can see this is
The younger
crazy.
brother to his lady friend? Yeah, this is Mary's brother. trying to save him from Scientology.
Sorry, mister. What are you gonna do, Jamie?
Remember this part?
Spend the rest of your life in the mountains with those people? They're my friends.
I don't quite remember what I got to do here. I think I gotta knock him off his horse or something like that. Or I gotta like intercept him here. Look, because it's gonna make me fail right here. Go, horsey, go.
Please, Arthur! I'm a man now. I found something. A calling.
You're just a kid. You're making a big mistake.
I'm not taking advice from you. You're an outlaw. You leave me alone. They're good people. I'm warning you, Arthur Morgan.
Warn me all you want.
Leave me alone.
Please, kid. Put that gun down.
I warn you, Arthur. I'm gonna... I don't want to live anymore.
Kid, just calm down.
Leave me alone.
Lightly hold RT.
Now calm down.
Do I have TikTok?
Let's go see your sister.
Okay.
Where do you think you're talking to me right now?
Okay.
It's okay, kid.
Have I been
Interesting
a terrible
question.
fool, Arthur?
I don't know. I don't know enough about it. But one thing I do know. There ain't no shame in looking for a better world.
I missed you, Arthur. Are you and Mary sweet on one another again?
Oh, no. That's all a long time ago, son.
Arthur is as awkward as Hank Hill with the hugs. Well, yeah, that's what happens when you're raised as a big tough guy.
Jamie Gillis.
You don't know how to deal with feelings.
Didn't try to kill yourself.
You know, you taught me how to ride a horse.
Too well, apparently. Chelonia, though? Really? You'd fall for that?
They were very nice to me. They're decent.
I'm sure. Please tell me you didn't give them any money.
Of course I did. They rely on charitable donations.
Jesus, Jamie, come on.
I just wanted to believe that there might be something good coming my way one day. Guess that's dead in the water.
With the turtles.
Shut up. All
With
Father
the
kept telling me
turtles.
was, you won't amount to anything.
The
You're not
turtles.
enough of a man. I had to get
Ooh,
away.
that's a pretty sunset.
I couldn't take it anymore.
Forgive me, but
And
your
it's gone.
father's a bully and a coward. Don't listen to him.
Hey, don't talk about him like that.
What do you want me to say, Jamie? He's a good father, nice man.
He won't be happy I saw you.
But
Please
have you
send
watched
him my
Doctor
worst
Who before, Merlin?
The thing is, he's right. I'm not good at anything.
Come on, that ain't true. Tell me something you like. Don't think too hard.
Apples, I guess.
Apples?
Apples.
Yeah, I love apples.
Okay. I was thinking more along the lines of carpentry or horses or something. All right, go work in an orchard then.
By that token, you must really like shooting and robbing people.
I only like shooting young idiots who run away from me when I'm trying to help them.
Father told me what you do.
I'm sure he did.
Hey, are you still with Dutch and, what was his name, Hester?
Hosea. Yep, still the same, sort of.
And Annabelle and Bessie?
I'm afraid they're dead.
Shit. Maybe Mary did make the right choice.
No doubt. But none of it is anything like the nonsense you read in the newspapers.
So, are you two getting back together?
I told you, no.
You like to eat
Just
apples
ask me
and
for a
bananas?
favor.
You know Barry Linton's dead? Pneumonia.
She told me.
So the door's open, so to speak.
I like to eat,
That's all in the
eat
past.
apples and
Different
bananas.
people now.
She's not. And you seem just
I
the same.
like to eat,
Well, maybe that right there's the
apples and
problem.
bananas.
She was always too good for me. Here we are. She must be waiting inside.
Doggy.
You're
I hear you,
nervous about
doggy. Where'd you
seeing
go?
her, aren't you?
How are you today?
I'm not too bad.
That's good
I
news.
get the reference. Yeah, of course I get the reference. When I was but a wee lad, I used to watch me tons of Barney.
Make it quick or I might run off again.
Jamie! Jamie! Come home. Please.
Finally stopped
You've-
being unk. Wait, what
Father's
you mean
been
by
very
that?
Sad.
Father wouldn't know sadness if it died in his bed. But I'll come home.
Is that supposed
for
to be
you.
a
My sweet
reference?
boy.
Something from these days?
Oh, Arthur. Thank you. Thank you.
It's good to see you, Mary.
And you, Arthur. And you.
My boy. This piece is what all true warriors strive for.
You're... Oh, you'll never change. I know that.
Yeah, you're right. I've been wearing this shirt for a long time.
I feel like the luckiest man alive, and I feel like a fool. That woman confuses me and plays me for a fiddle like no one else alive. I trust I will not make a god-awful fool of myself once more, but...
What do you mean she confuses you? Dude, she's like
somehow
open.
I imagine I
She's like, Arthur, I love you. I want to have babies with you. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, god damn it. What are you saying, woman? Like, Arthur, how much clearer can she be? Come here, horsey. Gotta go, horsey. My goodness. Micah? Yeah, we ain't going over there. I got a bounty over there. Arthur can't catch a hint even if he had landing lights on it. Yeah. Nah, this boy, he's he ain't too bright. I don't know. Can you take a bath here in Valentine? I don't see the icon. Wait, maybe. Is it over here?
You done enough harm here.
You forgot what they said. It was like, what did Simba say to someone who's walking slow? Mufasa?
Hello, welcome.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it.
Oh, it's, you.
Yes, it is. Last time I checked.
I really don't need any more trouble.
I didn't come to make any. I was just protecting a lady.
Well, all behind us now, I suppose. So what is it you need? A bath, perhaps?
Yes, a bath. Can I have it, please? Okay, do I just go back here then? A lady. You like the way he says that? I was just protecting a lady. Rub-a-dub-dub. 2 cowboys in the tub. Oh yeah, quick time event for taking a bath.
Be of any assistance in there?
No, go away.
Sure.
Oh, damn it.
Sounds good.
I pushed the wrong damn button. Oh well.
Just relax.
Hi, Kate.
I'll take care of you.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to like.
You let me know if you need anything, all right?
No small talk.
If you don't mind, I ain't in much of a talking mood.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just lie back then.
Okay, I'm clean. Thank you.
I think I'm good.
I can do that. All the best.
I'm plenty clean now. Thank you very much. There we go. What are you talking about? You know what? Maybe we should rent that room for the night. Why do I hear someone crying? Who's crying up here? Had no idea you can have baths? Yeah. Who's in there? You gotta be like in a perfect spot. Sleep till morning. Are you sure he's crying? Yeah, don't you hear it? It sounds like crying. La Llorona. Because I know what the other thing sounds like, alright? Don't try. It ain't nothing else. He's still freaking crying. This is creepy. Yo, you okay in there?
No man deserves this.
Wait a minute. I think I know what that is. I think I know what that is.
Well, now, I was wondering when you'd be back.
Where is it? Where's the gun store? This is it, right? No, it's in the other town, I think. Because there's like a guy trapped in a basement.
You know you're giving plenty of people grief around here.
Think I give a shit? Huh?
Hey, partner.
Hello?
Lucky I'm a nice guy. Alright, anyways, there. I took my bath. You happy now?
How's everything?
Been better.
La Llorona low-key scares you? You just say, don't cry, it's okay.
Well, who do we have here? That's a fine steed. Got some room.
Hungarian half-bred.
I'll give you a fair price.
There's my thoroughbred. Who wants to name my horse? Before it was Mr. Carrots. First name I see in quotation marks, I'll name the horse that. Dun, 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 dun. Eh? That's not in quotes. Chilaquiles? Well, you like food, don't you? Well, it's the only one I see in quotes. Hey, it fits. How many characters can it go? Oh. Can't fit Quandale Dingle. Upgrade. I can upgrade my horse? Oh, just the equipment. I do need to upgrade the stirrups, though, because I don't think these are the...
Oh, yeah. That's a smart choice for your saddle.
Never mind. Ain't got the money for it.
Lucia 1238915 wants you to hydrate. Get to it, you thirsty bitch.
Okay, I'll hydrate. Thank you. Well, Merlin, you picked one name that is questionable and another name that don't fit.
Easy, boy. You're okay.
Yay, we got our horsey back.
Welcome back.
But now I gotta redo the whole frickin' bond with it. Yes, you did. I think before we beat the game, we'll try to get the white Arabian.
Yeah.
Gotta love the bonding, I know, right?
You're okay, boy.
What a good horsey. You're a good little horse.
Arthur! Oh, my glad I found
Whoops.
you. Arthur! They got Bill.
What?
Who's they?
Bountymen. I found their camp nearby. They got Bill tied up. I'm gonna go take care of it. Come on.
All right.
Sloppy Bill.
Yeah, well. You coming?
All right. Lead the way.
Let's go get Bill.
He said he was going hunting.
You don't care for real. Yeah, you do. You care. I can see it in your eyes.
Only a matter of time before they decide to pick up camp. Head for town to collect the bounty.
Guess we're in sights again.
When are we not, Arthur?
Fair point.
What'll Dutch do?
I can see it in your
Now
eyes.
Bill will like it, whatever
I
it
can
is.
see it in your smile.
We all know it.
Is that for me to say?
I think
Hello.
it is, Arthur.
Well,
Is
let's
it
save
me
his ass
you're
first.
looking
Worry about
for?
how to kick it later.
Hey, what's up, Roach? Thank you. Appreciate it. Debut win. What you mean? I already debuted. Besides, debuts are for corporate VTubers. Indie VTubers don't really need to be doing debuts because we don't get sponsors or anything like. Well, we don't get like corporate sponsors or anything like that. What town is camping? Horseshoe Overlook. Alright, mister. Javier, you're pissing people off. Stop it. You almost got ran over today?
There they are.
You gotta be
On
careful
foot
when
from
you're in the
here.
street.
Stake out your position.
Stake out my position. I don't need no position. I can get them all right now.
I'm bored listening to this son of a bitch. Hey, let's take him into
town and collect on the bounty. Get us some money.
Won't be long before you'll be tucked up in a nice warm cell. Then you can talk all you want.
1, 2, 3. There's 3 dudes. I got this.
Their friends showed up. Oh!
Dude, I just shot that guy like 6 times in the gut. Do I not have any health cures? Uh-oh.
You son of a bitch! See you in hell! Get him, Arthur! Thanks, Arthur! Just in time. Let's go!
Am I gonna save Sean? We already did save Sean. Well, look who it is. We got Bill all tied up. And if I don't? What if I don't cut you free? Alright, fine, Javier, you do it.
Ooh, whew. Oh, thanks, Javier. I owe you for this.
Gotta get rid of the evidence. Oops, no, don't rest by the fire. Ahora que hizo Bill? What? Now what something, Bill? I don't know what that other word is, sorry. Oh, that other one doesn't burn? What shenanigans did Bill get himself into? He's just sloppy. He basically got himself caught. Anything else for me to take? Ooh, look what we got here. My voice cracked. $12 old. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about.
We're under attack.
Welcome to the gaming couch, all 2born94 gaming viewers.
Why
We're
is
so
my
happy to have you.
shout out thing still not working? Oh, anyways, what's up, Born Gaming? How you doing? And what's up, Raiders? Sorry that you had to come in on me being unhinged. But hey, you know, it is what it is. How you guys doing? What were you playing, Born? Actually, let me give you a proper shout out. There we go. You were playing Fortnite. Hey, heck yeah. How was the Fortnites?
Yeah.
What's up, Born? How you doing? Oh, also, sorry, my bad. How rude of me. If you guys are new to the channel, hello, I'm Slacker. Today we were playing some Red Dead Redemption. And, don't mind me dropping bodies on the fire. I'm just trying to get rid of the evidence. Who's that? Who are you? Oh, you just got your gun out like that. That's suspicious, bro.
What the hell?
Anyways. Very sweaty, man. You mean you were doing good? Were you kicking ass and taking names and getting all the victory royales? I've been thinking of doing some Fortnite. One of these like
Welcome
Friday
back
evenings.
from the ad break. If you hate ads, consider a sub or using your Twitch Prime.
I can't see my map, by the way. If you see me doing something weird, it's because my map is covered by my boom arm. So it's kind of hard to see. But yeah, I've been thinking of doing some Fortnite one of these Friday evenings. You know, if anybody wants to hop into a game. Just know that I'm terrible at that game, so you're not going to get like a winner. You're going to get somebody who likes to goof off. You got a few good games. 10 wins. That's pretty good. 10 wins is better than what I could do, that's for sure. Who's shooting? Whom's the shooting? Oh, it's... okay. I completely freaking missed where I was supposed to go. Oh, it's Sean shooting. Sean, what are you doing? Man, you suck.
At least it ain't your job.
Shut up, Arthur.
Yeah, your job's starting the fights. It ain't winning them.
I can scrap, Arthur. I'm just not good at homework.
I can see.
Besides, what do you care, Englishman? You've got no time for me. I tried to find your work, but
His
then you're
name
off
is
putting
Lucky
jobs with
Charms.
other folks,
Hey,
and
Sharkbait,
your boy
what's
Sean
up? How you
doesn't get a
doing?
look in.
Guess I don't want to get shot.
I like his
that's all.
stereotypical Irish hat.
Funny shit, Arthur Morgan, huh? Real fucking funny.
Calm down.
You better sleep with your eyes open.
Yeah, well, you're gonna sleep with your chest open if you ain't careful, boy.
I love you, Arthur Morgan. I love you. Come on, take a
Arthur
shot.
Morgan.
Come on, take your best shot.
I
please.
love your Arthur Morgan.
Grow up.
And let me come on the raid with yous.
Raid?
Don't be playing coy with me, son. It's unbecoming. That bloody train you and him has set up. What you're doing out here, you're going to need guns, you're going to need men.
Oh, that. So Marston told you? It ain't a big show. I need calmness. If I take you, I might as well bring Micah along.
Now compare me to that oily turd again. You're a dead man.
Fair enough.
Anyway, Arthur, what's your problem with me?
Doing good? I'm glad to
In
hear
fact,
that, man.
Don't tell me. I already
You having a
know.
good Friday evening?
You're threatened by me.
Threatened by you?
Yeah, my youthful vigor. It intimidates you.
Does it?
It's a story as old as the hills. The changing of the guard, the fading of the light. You're toast, old man.
Okay. And what are you?
I'm the future, in all its glory.
Well, good luck. Good luck and shut up. I want to get some rest before nightfall.
Hey, good night, Deku. Hope you get some sleep.
Wake up, you lazy son.
What are you doing here, kid? I'm coming, John. On the job.
I said you weren't coming.
Yeah, well, Arthur says I am. And it's his party, boy, so come on, let's go. Me and the big cheeses. Love it. Can't wait to slit some bastard's throat.
You sure about this?
No. Are we ready?
Yeah. Train's due through tonight.
All right, then. It's on. Charles?
I'm ready.
Hell yeah, Charles is the man.
Let's go earn some money.
I'm the future. Oh, Sean, if only you knew. Oh, my boy.
All the horses untethered?
Think so.
Good.
He's gonna find out the future is mind-blowing. Sorry.
Wolfman?
Yeah. Follow the trail southwest. There's a spot that's...
Been home from work for a while. Nice. Well, I hope you get to enjoy your weekend. Charles and his luscious hair. I know, right? He could be a shampoo model with that hair.
State line, so shouldn't be too much in the way of guns to deal with.
See, this is what I mean. I disappear for a
Hair
couple
was
of weeks
back
and
in
you
high
put me
school.
out of
My
all
hair
the
was
action.
pretty long,
Just the action
and
that
people used to
requires
say the
brain.
same thing. I could be a shampoo model, and I'm like,
You're a funny fella, John Marston. From what folks say, you had your feet up the whole time, playing sick. And
if the job is, I just sit there and they film the commercial, then fine. But if I gotta do anything, nah.
Wouldn't want you getting scratched by a squirrel or something. That could put you out of commission for the rest of the year.
Why do you have to speak so much? It's incessant.
Yeah, you tell
Plus,
them.
I've still got some blood in me veins. You old bastards have forgotten how to live.
I blame you two for rescuing him.
Far too much trouble for what we got out of it.
Yeah, takes a whole army of bounty hunters to bring in Sean McGuire. And look at me now.
On
in the
McGuire.
Sea. Back in business, boys.
They're left here, towards Rhodes.
So, like I was talking about.
Oh man, don't these nights just look so cool?
Not the dog, please.
Foggy nights.
Fine. Damn you, tree. Sulky, angry, Scarface. A right barrel of laughs.
So
So,
pretty.
knock the tracks with the wagon, then jump. That's the plan.
Pretty much. Charles, you deal with the engineer. John, secure the passenger car fast, take charitable donations, and make sure everyone behaves. Little Mr. McGuire, you focus on the baggage car. Grab any valuables you can find. Shoot your mouth, get a bullet back.
So, what are you doing?
I'll run point. Keep an eye out for outriders and the law. Help you three where I can.
All right for some. Cherry picking, I call that.
We'll be out in the middle of nowhere, so it'll take a while for any word to get to the law. But here's good. Stop the wagon over the tracks.
This part's
Remember, these are
really
innocent
cool.
folks. We handle this right. Nobody needs
They
to
did a
die.
real good job with the cinematography on this part of the mission. You'll see what I mean.
Mr. Marston, Mr. Smith, Mr. McGuire, come! Get over there. When she slows, order.
And you?
I'm gonna make sure she slows.
Let's do or die with you. I like it.
Get moving.
Put your mask on. There you go. I wonder, how often do trains actually get robbed?
Welcome to the gaming couch, all 7 Stay Player viewers. We're so happy to have you.
What's up, VHS? How you doing? What's up, Raiders? Welcome to the Red Dead stream. How's everyone's night doing so far?
What's going on here? What's going on?
Anyways, you got any new people on Slacker? Let me pause the game real quick because I need to give you a proper shout out, VHS, because my auto shout out thing don't work too good. Boom. Animal Crossing. Heck yeah. How was the Animal Crossing tonight? All right, what do you guys want me to do?
Get up there. Finish up here. Join us on board.
Go on. Get on there. Faster. All yours, Captain. Go on ahead.
Train run. Here we go. Come on, Arthur. Get up there. There we go.
Everybody stay calm. Don't let you get shot.
Plow.
Go. Everything you got. Money, valuable.
This is unnecessary, please.
There you go.
Please don't hurt me.
I assure you, this is quite necessary.
Don't leave until this bag's full.
I ain't got nothing.
You want to have a little chat with Romeo and Juliet here?
What's the problem here?
Please.
Money.
Ah, give me your money.
Just give it to him, Thomas, please.
Okay. Come on. Okay. In the bag, everything you got. Keep it coming. Don't be shy.
I'm a bad
You make
boy.
me sick.
Did the new content? Oh, is there new content?
I'm gonna count to 3. 1, 2.
Oh, Yakusha.
Sick is better than dead, lady. I'm losing my goddamn patience.
Let's just do what he says so this can be over. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a robbery.
Let's go on. I know, right? Just imagine like one of the husbands saying that to his wife right now. Take a trip on the train, you said. It's gonna be fun and nothing's gonna happen, you said.
Come on, partner. Come on, quick! Everything you got. Money, valuables. We ain't leaving till this bag's full. You won't get a damn cent from me. Let me hand you over to my friend then.
Booyakasha.
Come on, cup it up.
Thank you for the hat, by the way.
Everything you got. Let's go. I can handle this from here. You should check on Sean.
Okay.
Is this the poor people cabin?
What is it? You alright?
Fill the baggage car.
For Christ's sake, you ain't even taking a look yet?
Manual painting. Gotcha. But what's the new content in Red Dead in Animal Crossing? I haven't been keeping up on my Animal Crossing news lately. I should play that at some time though, shouldn't I? Greetings, Merlin.
I'll look and you provide the cover.
I should show you guys my my village, my all rabbit village, or island, I should say. I bought the a whole bunch of rabbit cards.
At least you ain't got a hole in it.
There's a new hotel. Ooh.
Just keep your eyes peeled.
And do other people come to your island and like stay in your hotel, or is it some kind of like little mini game? I think that's everything.
Arthur, we've got a problem. There's two arseholes on horses.
How many you say?
I just see a pair of them.
In that case, we're fighting. Marston, Smith, get ready.
You men come out the train now, do you hear? We said you men come out now.
There's only two of you fools. We got a whole lot less to lose. Why don't the two of you ride away? That way neither of you get killed. Goddamn liberties.
There's a few more of them turning up.
Ooh.
My big mouth.
Me and my big mouth.
Let's deal with them.
And I'm good at shooting hats, but not so much shooting heads. New villagers unlock Splatoon and Breath of the Wild items. Are they like SWIT characters and Breath of the Wild characters, or is it just that's just what they do? Oh. Wanted, dead or alive. Time for Bon Jovi. On a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive.
Let's get the hell out of here.
I am good shooting, yes.
Let's go, Arthur. Come on.
Okay, boy. Let's go.
Come on, let's go.
Stay with me. Yeah.
Get back. Hurry.
Now, come on.
PC reach Tulin. Oh, Tulin and Mineru are in the game. Oh, I guess I gotta play then. At least want to see them because I don't want to replace any of my rabbits. That's pretty neat. What items do you unlock from Tears of the Kingdom? Alright guys, I think we're good, right? We good? Everyone's still alive? How many bullet holes do we got?
There's more of them.
John, shut up.
All right.
Oops, this is the way to the manor.
Clear, fellas.
Whoa! Whoa! Ho, ho! That was fun, boys. Real fun. We can see what they call you the professionals in the outfit.
Shut up.
At least we made some money. Hey, what did I get? Gotta be $100 here. Very nice.
You weren't even invited.
What now?
We still need a real big take. Enough for us to get out of here.
Was that a setup?
Hey,
Oh,
what's
it
up,
turned
Blue
up
Boy?
real
How you
fast.
doing?
I don't know. I don't think so, but I'm starting to get nervous.
Think they followed us from Blackwater?
Maybe. They found me already near Horseshoe, but I
His
think
music
this line was
slaps.
too
Hell
slow
yeah, it
for us.
does.
I hope so.
I
We'll
love
head
me
into
some
Valentine. See if I
outlaw
can get something started there.
country,
Good idea.
you know?
Either way, we should all go it alone right now. You know the deal.
Makes you feel like you're
Of course not, boss.
doing some shenanigans. $500. I got 5 on it. All right. Who's next? Who wants some of this? Micah? Should probably pay off my bounty, huh? Since I can afford it now. Ah, hella money. Yeah, I do. They're from Amiibos. Oh, dang it. Did the Mineru thingy bobber amiibo come out already? I heard that that was coming, but I didn't know when that was coming. You forgot I lost my hat? Shut up. You don't talk about my hat. That's a sore subject for Outlaw. Time to go shopping. Yeah, once we hit Rhodes, I think there's a clothing store there. I got 500 smackers in $18.99 money today. That's probably like what, $6,000 or $7,000. You can scan certain existing Legends of... Oh, I have the Breath of the Wild link. Does that unlock anything? I also have well, here's the thing. Oh, for the love of God. Freaking O'Driscoll's, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, as I was trying to say, I have Wolflink amiibo, but I remember that only unlocks Wolflink as a villager, though. Why? What's wrong, Merlin? What's up? What's got you feeling down? Turn that frown upside down. Oh, speaking of that, of which, did you guys hear about that funny thing happening in China, where apparently there's this these people who make stuffed animals for like the different zodiacs, and this year's the horse one, they accidentally put the mouths upside down, so it looks like the horse is frowning. And they were panicking because they thought like, oh God, we're gonna get like humiliated and people are gonna laugh at us. But they ended up becoming like huge bestsellers to the point where now people are like, oh, I want the upside down face horse, please. It's so funny. And they're like, shoot, all right. We'll make upside down face horses then. I just think that's so funny. Yeah, it's real silly.
I travel alone.
Kind of like a friend of mine back in oh man, I want to say back when Breath of the Wild first came out. He got the Link amiibo, and he got one where the Master Sword was misprinted. It was, I think it was like shorter than usual.
Yep.
and it was basically the master dagger. And he found somebody who bought it off of him for like triple what he paid, because it's like people are really into misprints, which I think is funny. Wolf Link can unlock Mineru. Okay, well that is awesome. I'll have to look in. I'll have to hop into the game then and give that a shot. Put the gun away? I don't know how. He's just kind of like running around with it. Arthur, put the gun away.
There we go. Yeah, good boy.
Good boy. You're a good boy, horse. I think he just likes running around with it because it makes him look tough. What? Who needs help?
Open the damn lock, or give me the damn key.
You good? He's just sitting there contemplating. Well, fuck.
Mister, I don't hardly know what to say. Thanks, I guess. You done me a service. Hey, look. The stage company's gonna write this off as a robbery anyway.
What are you doing?
If you can get in that lockbox, you can take what you want from it. But ain't stealing if it's already stolen.
That's what I like to say. I ain't stealing if it's already stolen.
Got that right.
You got nothing in here, though. Where's the money? Man, these guys are going to be disappointed. It's just 2 boxes of ammo and some canned vegetables. You guys were going to kill a guy over canned vegetables? Crush my horse? Okay. He does not look tough? Oh, why not? What's the difference between tough, T-O-U-G-H, and what people say these days with T-U-F-F? Is that just people being ignorant and deliberately misspelling it, or does that mean something else? Whichever LOZ character you get, it'll automatically unlock the items in Nook Shopping. Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Here, see, I'm brushing the horse. I feel like I gotta be Mr. Rogers with y'all sometimes. I am now feeding the fish. The fish are eating. If you get that reference, I love you. Okay, we're gonna feed you you want an apple? Yeah, it's a good boy. Well, that's hay, but whatever. Horses still like it. Tough is like Timmy Tough Knuckles. I know what Timmy Tough Knuckles is. What we call those wannabe gangsters. You love Mr. Rogers? Hell yeah. I used to watch him all the time as a kid. That's why I got... Oh, what the hell? Where's the... Okay, this way. I got like all of his little lessons and stuff in my head. Living rent-free. I'd like to think that I'm a well-adjusted adult because of Mr. Rogers. You egget the referee, Nesse? Okay. The horses are so bouncy. Yeah, that's... Haven't you ever rode a horse before? Man, if you've never ridden a horse before, be prepared for your hips and your thighs to hurt for days. Especially when you're riding fast, because this bouncing like this, oh my god, it is a workout. What's up, Wayne? You got kicked by a horse once? Damn. Glad you're okay. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Merlin, I can't believe it. You Lauged? How dare you Lauged at Wayne? Gonna head to bed? Alright, VHS. Thank you for the raid. Appreciate you. You have a good rest of your night, okay? For some reason it didn't hurt. It's okay, buddy. You don't have to pretend. Micah! Micah, where are you? Can I make this jump? Dude, Arthur, run. Oh, no, he's right down there. That's why.
Hey, Arthur. Good to see you.
Why? You want to rescue
He's
him
already
again,
been
dear?
saved.
No. I got a plan.
Again,
to make
is
it
the
up to
stream
you.
over?
Oh, playing like the Blackwater ferry job?
Why, you
or
want me to leave?
Like you going off scouting and ending up in jail?
Dutch said you was a big shadow cast by a
Hey,
tiny
thank you for the bits, Born.
I thought
Foxy,
you was a
you're not
tough
gonna say
boy.
thank you?
Not one of those gentlemen trying to protect his riding clothes.
I just know whenever
I'm
things
sorry,
get
Born.
real,
Usually
you turn
Foxy
yellow.
says
Lose your
something.
head.
Yellow.
Sure seems that way.
So I guess you
But
won't be
thank
riding
you. I
with me to
appreciate the
rob
bits. That's
banking
very
coach
kind of you.
comes about this time in the Strawberry. I heard one of the
Yeet
O'Driscoll
the
boys
opsoid.
yapping about it while I was inside.
You and me? Do robbery?
Oh, great.
what I said,
Merlin
didn't
is
I?
speaking in tongues
After
again.
you.
There's a spot up this way with a good view of the trail.
What are you doing anyway, camping out here like some crazy hermit?
He is a
Can't
crazy
exactly
hermit.
stay in town now, can I? Like I told you, I ain't going back to Dutch without
You
a
really love
peace
this
offer.
game art? Yeah.
what's the
This
deal
game
with
has
this
amazing
coach?
art.
What do you mean?
I agree with
Comes
that.
through about this time every day, like I said.
I love the environmental storytelling that they have.
Guns, riders.
Like it doesn't look like they just made the world, you know? Like they're like, oh, here's just an open world for you. It really feels like they went through and tried to make it look like an actual, like, natural living world. If that makes any sense. You know? Sometimes I ramble.
Saying how they've been hitting it on the regular.
What dies again mean? It looks Rika.
Bastards got a hold of most of Big Valley. Heard they took over some big ranch north of here.
How the hell you and Lenny end up down here anyway?
Oh, you know how it is? Few loose ends. Drink here, drink there.
What loose ends?
Drink
Nothing
everywhere.
that needs to concern you. I always pay my share.
It concerns me.
You bring a dead
when
body
you
to
put us
Jack,
in
sometimes
danger
he
and
will.
we don't realize till it's too
What?
late.
Are you sure that's not a
Like that
mod?
move you pulled in Strawberry.
Are you talking about like an animal
Just for
body?
your precious guns.
Precious
Because
they
I mean
are.
that makes sense.
You need to roll a little looser, Morgan.
Looser. I seen you come full undone more than
That sounds
once
like
now.
either a bug
You
or a
only been running
mod.
with us a few months.
Are we gonna rob this coach or bicker about it? What's done is done.
Oh, Micah, run! Come on, man.
Then let's do it.
Because I know people like to mod this game, and then because I frequent the Red Dead subreddit a lot because, you know, people are usually talking about like mysteries and whatnot, because this game has a lot of really cool little mysteries. And people so many times will come in with a very obvious like modded thing, and they're like, oh my gosh, look, haha, this is so funny, wow, or oh, this is so scary, yada yada yada, whatever. And it's like, bub, that's a mod. You think we're stupid? Shoot the yellow belly? You talking about Micah? Man, I wish I could. If only it didn't fail the mission.
All right, this is the spot.
Like, you know, right now where we are, Arthur could just like pop him one and no one would know it was him. Because nobody knows he's out here with Micah right now. You can transform into an animal. Oh, yeah, because they got that same... Oh, fine, I'll mount the horse. Damn. They got that same system as GTA 5.
They should be here in a little bit. Hold tight.
Which way will they be coming in?
Should be from over there. We need to hit them fast before they get into town.
Just don't lose your head this time.
Of course, tough guy. They should be here any minute.
You know what's funny, though, is the voice actor for Micah looks like Micah in real life.
Get covered up. Come on.
Really funny. Just how the voice actor for Trevor in GTA 5 looks like Trevor.
This is a robbery. Stop that coach right now. Not again, you sons of bitches.
Hold on, I think I know how to shoot. I gotta change to my freaking pistol.
Right now, or you're all dead.
There's only 2 of us, but you got me here. I'm the best. Don't shoot the driver, bud. No, what are you doing, Arthur? Micah, you asshole, my horse.
You think I don't see this?
Get on, Arthur. Micah, you freaking jerk. Yeah, we're probably gonna fail this mission. Do I play GTA? I mean, on my own time I do. Dang it. Yeah, now I know I can... Now I know I got attack the driver. I thought I could just jump onto the frickin' coach and not kill him. Gotta skin Micah for that? Yeah. Wait till he's asleep. I'm gonna peel his skin off nice and slow like. Thought I could manual paint now. Yeah, I got the driver now.
See? I told you this would be fun, Morgan. Let's show these bastards.
There we go.
Good. Come on. Let's get this out of here. No need to keep your face covered now. It's just you and me, sweetheart.
Don't call me sweetheart. That's weird, Micah. I hate your guts.
I'll give it to them. They put up half a fight at least. Yeah.
But I could totally play GTA Online
Come on, boy.
if we had enough people to do so. Arthur had a son. Yep.
Find new rifle.
Yeah, Arthur had a son and a wife, or at least a son and a baby mama.
That's more your style than mine.
Ooh, a Lancaster repeater. Let's go.
What did I tell you? Like licking butter off a knife.
What, Merlin?
You don't want to just break it open here, be done with it?
Could be more than we can carry. And there might be a second crew of riders tailing.
All right, then.
Not to
All
mention,
right, then.
we ride back in with a big take and a new wagon to boot. Dutch can't say we ain't pulling our weight no more, can he?
I ain't sure I trust this new act of yours one bit.
Listen, I know...
You, Merlin, you said something.
But I got no beef with you. I reckon we're a lot alike.
¿Qué dije?
Now, hold up there.
Dutch knows I'm a feller that gets things done, same as you.
You're a failer? You're a yeller failer?
California collar now if I hadn't broken you out of
jail. And I have expressed my gratitude, have I not?
California Caller, is that the nickname for a noose? That's funny.
Shit! Now we're being robbed! Get across the river!
What dude? Oh, okay. Good job, Micah, you dumbass.
What the hell?
Oh, isn't this where he gets shot? It's funny. He don't die, but it's just funny watching him get shot. I aim the best. I remember back in, I used to play Red Dead Online, like the original one, and it was so much fun because I grinded to get the buffalo rifle. What we used to do is me and a couple of friends, you know, we basically had our own like little outlaw gang. We would sit on the outskirts of town and we would wait for people to leave and then pick them off with the buffalo rifle. We were such little assholes. But it was a lot of fun because then sometimes we would start up gunfights.
That'll show 'em. Why is it
Bath ruined? No, you got a new bath.
you ends in a pile of dead
You got a
bodies?
river bath.
Since when did you have a problem killing O'Driscolls?
You've got a point.
Let's strip this coach then.
Did Much
It clearly
say
ain't
One
going nowhere
Piece?
now. You know,
Who's talking about
we
One
should really
Piece?
pick up a lock breaker one of these days. Save ourselves some bullets.
Yeah, because saving bullets is such a concern of yours.
That should do it.
Come on, let's see
Fish
if all
pee in
this
that
is
water?
All I
Ah,
see
you're
is
right, you're right.
Me, a river full of dead O'Driscolls, and a lockbox. I'd say we're golden here, Morgan. Look at that.
Money, money, money,
What's the cut
money.
here?
It's good. Just make sure the gang gets its piece.
Yeah. Like I said, big shadow, tiny tree.
And like I said, that still don't mean nothing. Now, get out of here. Go see Dutch. Make sure you ain't followed.
I know, boss. I know. It's been fun.
Ooh, I got 300 smackers. I'm a rich boy.
Boy.
Is there anything on that wagon I can steal? Hold up. Welcome back, Matt. There is nothing on that wagon that I can steal. Well, considering all the dead O'Driscolls in this river, I think fish pee is the least of our concerns, wouldn't you say? Alright, let's go. We're gonna go see Mr. Jam Marston. Get new clothes and a hat? You get new clothes and a hat. I will. Does Valentine have a clothes store? I don't remember. A gentleman's haberdashery. You know, it'd be real cool. Hey, what's up, user 851-842-68835? Am I playing the main story of this game? I am. Yep, this is the main story. This deer just dropped over dead. Did you see that? Oh no, it must be chronic wasting disease. Poor deers. That's a horrible freaking way to die. Your dad said shut thy lips. Is your dad a medieval knight? Diabetes. You got diabetes. Nah, but chronic wasting disease is horrible. If you guys know anything about unfolded prions, which are unfolded proteins, they wreak havoc in the brain. I recommend not looking up chronic wasting disease if you have a weak stomach. Depression? No. A lot worse than depression. Come on, horsey. I shoot all the time.
We told you not to build on this land.
Who's shooting?
Get out of here. This doesn't concern you.
Them O'Driscolls ain't gonna give you problems no more.
Appreciate you stepping in there. Those bastards been turning the screw on me from day one, saying I gotta pay them protection money. I told them where to stick it, and well,
Go help
I guess
father.
you just saw how that panned out.
You are welcome, good sir. You have a good day. Hey, look, my beard's getting bigger. Wait, are you following me? Okay, never mind. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get a level 10 beard. It takes a really long time. What's his name? Wait, that's whose name? I'm confused. Who are you talking to? What is that disease you said? It's called chronic wasting disease. It affects ungulates the most, like deer and bovine. There's one you may have heard of called mad cow disease. That was a prion disease that affects cows the most. You don't want to know why, by the way. Like I said, don't look it up if you got a weak stomach. Good job, Arthur. That's how you enter a door like a sane human. Hey, SKZ, how you doing? What does it do? Okay, so, do you know what a prion is? If not, it's essentially a malformed or unfolded protein. Because proteins are supposed to be folded in a certain way because that's how they like interact with certain things within the body. But when they're unfolded, they basically go haywire.
You see them?
Sure.
They do things like binding to things that they're not supposed to bind to, like neurons and whatnot.
Well, where exactly are we going?
Preventing
Select something. Help us get some sheep.
things like what's it called? Like the stuff like DNA is made of prevents that stuff from binding and forming. Hey, what's up, Zaddy? How you doing?
Come along. You'll see. That train job was a start.
It's horrific stuff, and once it's in the brain, it's
I'm here to tell you.
Game
we try
over.
To collect that money anytime soon. It'll come with a noose.
What did you just enter upon?
Worried you'd say that.
So I was riding along, and all of a sudden a deer dropped dead, and I was like, "Oh no, that looks like chronic wasting disease." And then people were asking what that is, and I'm explaining it, telling people to be careful looking it up because it's quite horrific.
But well,
all right, bye, SKZ. You have a good night.
We already seen Pinkertons here. New century's coming. This life, this way. Well, we're the last, I reckon.
Yeah, it's brutal.
And that's the way it goes, I guess.
For me, yes.
Luckily, the variant that affects deer hasn't hopped into humans yet, but you definitely don't want to, like, ingest any of that.
Tether the horse and I'll meet you across the street.
Good morning, son.
Yo, this guy looks like
how this is going.
he doesn't look like he's dressed for 1800s day. He looks like a hipster. That reminds me of if anyone's ever seen the show Portlandia.
No need to get testy.
Probably one of my most favorite skit comedies. There's one of the intros where they're talking about how everybody in Portland looks like they dress in the 1890s. He does look like a hipster.
Sure is
I'm from
false.
California.
Come back
I know
here,
what a
I'll give you
hipster
that.
looks like. Well, I'm from Northern California. I know what a hipster looks like.
Come on, then.
Southern California, they ain't really got them. They got wannabes. You're from Oklahoma? Well, howdy, friend. How you doing? What do you want me to do, John? The door's locked, bro. Guess we're going down into the basement. My extended family is from Oklahoma. So that's like 3 generations removed. Put the horse by the sheriff's office. Wait, really? Did I miss him saying that? I did, yeah. I have a tendency to not pay attention to when people are talking to me. I can't run, by the way. I'm locked to this movement speed.
I'll be keeping my eye on you this time.
Firmly
Don't test me
grasp it.
again.
Shut up. I don't care. Take the horse, Arthur. Oh my God, what are you doing? Okay. Horse, please. You're messing up the camera. I can't see. Brother, please. Okay, whatever. We're stuck to this camera and I weren't paying attention to you. What'd you say? I don't incur? Yeah, I don't incur. Furl. Turn the camera, my guy. There we go. Thank you. Okay. There we go. Are you happy, John Marston?
Yep. Can you, head in, pick up the sniper rifle?
He's just walking in and everything. Yeah.
I'll explain later.
That's how you know it's my horse, right, Zaddy?
Well, hello again. How can I help you today?
Looking for a rifle? Something with a
I
sight
did
on
not
it.
hit her. I
Shouldn't be
did
proud.
not.
You want to see
Well,
what
hi,
we got?
Mark.
It's all in the catalog here.
I can rename the horse in the stable. Yeah, I know. What, you don't like chilaquiles? Why are you that interested in it, Matt? I'll tell you an easier one to look up. Mad cow disease. Look that up and you'll find chronic wasting disease. Because they're the same.
Sure. Let's go.
They're caused by the same thing. Good name? Good. See, yeah, Zaddy likes it.
Come on, boy.
Oh, you didn't know? It's all good. Don't worry about it. Well, John, what are you doing? Brother man.
Why couldn't you have done that?
Hey, what's up, Pato? How you doing?
Bought that gun.
I had a run-in with that fella earlier. We ain't on the best of terms.
You had a run-in. I've had a run-in with half that town.
Calm down.
You have a name, Salky
Done
Merlin?
now, ain't it?
Why are you being
What?
so cagey about all this?
I didn't say nothing.
Always playing some goddamn game.
Me?
But anyways, how's your night been, Zaddy? What you been up to?
No, you ain't.
Did you stream it all tonight?
Boy ain't yours. What's the difference? You probably only run off again.
Why are you so interested in my life? Ain't you got one of your own?
Just
Dog
do one
sitting,
thing or
aw.
another. Not be two people at once. That's
Sometimes I
all.
dog sit for my uncle. He's got a really well-behaved chihuahua. So sometimes we'll dog sit her. She's the sweetest thing.
No, it ain't.
Howdy, partner. How you doing, Cole? Thank you for the follow. Welcome.
Before I turn around and hit the breeze.
There's a herd of sheep.
You're tired and you can't sleep? Oh, I'm sorry, Pato. Just lay down and listen to the stream. You'll fall asleep quickly. Promise.
Yeah, I know that.
Look like you're Squishmallow. Wait, do you have a Fox Squishmallow? You played Civ remotely with Mr. Zaddy? Ah. That's sweet. Well, I'm glad you had fun. Give your job as dog sitter? No. My dogs. I'm doing good too. Cole, thanks for asking. Been doing a lot of dog sitting in your neighborhood. So are you known as the dog lady? All the dogs know you by now. You're walking down the street. You walk past them and they're like, oh, dog lady, hi.
I'm thinking that the herd will make it to auction all right, but a couple of new ranch hands will be
Happy to see me live on. Thank you. Appreciate that.
The town don't care to notice too much.
That's the thing I love about dogs. When they recognize you, they get so happy. When cats recognize you, they're kind of just like, oh, hey, how's it going?
Let's see what we can see from up here.
Although cats are kind of tsundere though. Like on the outside, they're just like, yeah, hi, how's it going? But on the inside, they're like, oh my god, it's you. I'm so happy to see you. All the dogs in the world somehow know you. They tell each other by scent.
So what now?
Put a shot in near them. I reckon they'll hightail it. They're only ranch hands. Just watch the sheep.
I was gone for a day. Shoot near the ranchers. All right.
Looks like one of them don't scare too easy.
Put another shot in close.
Hey, thank you for the follow, Brian. Welcome. Oh, thank you. Cats are water bones. What's a water bone? They like to pretend they're not happy, but they know you miss. I always like, oh, thank you for the heart me, Brian. Appreciate it.
You ever work on a ranch, Master?
I always like to joke that cats, you know how like they follow you around the room? They like to pretend that they were going that direction anyway, but you just happen to be there. While a dog they have no shame in showing that they were following you. That's what I love about dogs. What have I been up to? Just working and streaming. Streaming and working.
They're pretty scattered. Let's get them all rounded up.
All right, it's time to be a sheep herder. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it. Have I ever held a cat that turned into water? You know what? I can't say that I have. My chat is weird. Yeah, that's because it's my chat. I'm a weird guy. What can I say? Kind of quirky. Little strange, you know?
Marston, why don't you leave the sheep to me? You ride Shank, keep watch for any trouble.
I brought you in on this.
It'll be quicker this way. Trust me. This ain't the right time for you to be learning how to herd.
Dude, come on, sheep.
All right, whatever you say. I'm done arguing.
No, put the gun away, Arthur. What are you doing?
That's it. Quickest route back to Valentine is right around that mountain.
Okay.
You see how eager he is to shoot things? Oh, you mean when their body turns to liquid because they like try to get away from you? Yeah. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying now. Yep. All right, Matt. You have a good night. Thanks for being here. You hate it when that happens? Because, you know, just the other day I was just holding my cat and suddenly he just went sploosh. Turned to water. Now I have a catfish. I got a cat. I got a fish. Catfish. Where do you think you're going, sheep? Get back in there. They just evaporate, yeah. Although my Pepper, she kind of just gives up.
Have you ever had a dream?
Oh my god, that scared me. That's my brain right there.
Move it up.
But like Pepper, she just gives up. If I flip her over on her back and hold her, she's just kind of like, all right, do what you want. It's all good, Zaddy. I'm glad somebody plays that sound. Oh my god, dumb sheep. Come on, go. Don't stop in front of me like that, you dumb animal.
Those are up, boys.
There you go.
Tony accepts his fate for a while and then tries to eat you. He only really does that if I rub her belly while I'm holding her. Then she bites me, then her tail starts flicking 1,000,000 miles an hour. And that's when I know, all right, it's time to let her go.
What's the fine sheep?
They're okay.
Well, you seem better around here.
I've seen ones with less ambiguity about their provenance.
You go in Valentine and the side of the drugstore, you can look in the window.
You give me 25%
Being
kickback.
inside.
I won't say nothing to nobody.
Oh.
Everything all right here?
Excuse me?
Excuse you, Matt. That was not my fault.
For 25%.
Do you want me to put another hole in your head?
Folks swing for rustling livestock. 25%.
15.
20.
18.
Done. Calm yourself, friend. Just think of it as I'm buying your sins.
You're buying, but we'll pay you.
Go on now. Come back after the auction. You'll get your money.
Dutch is waiting for us at the saloon.
He is?
Wow, Dutch actually leaves the camp. Their gun in a box.
Thought
Okay.
we was doing the robbing here.
Still good money.
I'll have to check that out then after this mission.
Well, thanks for all the help with this.
No, Matt,
Herd,
no.
can't swim.
Give it
It's
a rest,
not
will
my
ya?
fault.
We ain't kids no more.
You hear me?
We never really was.
Look into my eyes. It was not my fault.
Yeah.
And for an ad for vitamin called Life Extension. Oh my god. They just sell anything these days, don't they?
Come on, sunshine. I'll buy you a
Oh, this saloon. Sorry, I thought you meant the other saloon. Nine ads? Oh my god, Twitch, what the hell?
Come on. Dutch
Oh
is
my
waiting for
god, I'm sorry, everybody.
Not everything, but
After
in the
you,
end,
sir.
I don't believe in absolutes, just shades of gray. Compromises.
Compromises. Well, I have never been a man for compromise.
Gentlemen.
Dutch, Leopold.
Where have you been?
Leopold?
Working. Marston's thing.
Good.
No, Matt, you're
And
wrong.
We're just waiting to get some pay on a few sheep.
Leopold, my good friend, as long as you're here, why don't you and John go make sure there ain't no funny business?
Of course.
Gentlemen.
Drink?
Sure.
I need a change of clothes.
Nothing like talking to old Strauss to make you want to blow your own
Well, you
brains
know,
out. I
sometimes,
should've
Matt, you
left him
can't
where
trust
I
your
found him
eyes,
all those
if you
years
know what I
ago.
mean.
Bookish little Austrian, fresh off the boat, his eyes out on stalks.
Well, I guess the Dutch Vanderlyn Finishing School has some strange graduates.
That it does. To your good health.
Thank you.
Oh, ain't that ironic?
Vanderland! Get out here! Get out
What
here
the
now!
hell?
Vanderland! You don't know me, but you keep robbing me! My name is Leviticus Cornwall.
I am not a man to be
No,
messed
we
with
take us
by
home.
the likes of you.
Welcome back from the ad break.
Get out here!
If you hate
before I
ads,
have these
consider
men
a sub
killed.
or using your Twitch Prime.
What do you think?
Hey, sorry for all the ads, guys. Welcome back, though.
You start spinning the yarn, and when I think the moment's right, I'll make a move.
Why not?
You rob from me! Vandalin! You're done! Now get out here now! Deal with this nonsense.
Please, gentlemen, this is a terrible mistake. This is a case of mistaken identity. What is worse than admonishing a man for the sins of another who wants to be the Messiah? Not me. Nor do I want to be this Dutch Vanderlyn.
Don't they see me pulling my gun out?
I am Archibald Smith, the lay preacher.
Okay, shut up, Dutch. Got it. Right in the baby makers. Yo, that's a cool shot.
Let's move up. Let's go. Come on. There you go. He gets right at them. We don't run, Mr. Strauss. Arthur, cover us. John, we'll push the wagon. Arthur, shoot someone.
I'm shooting everybody. You guys ain't shooting nobody. Okay. Thank God. Arthur, will you aim, please?
Good night, everybody. I hope all of you have a great day and it's not so bad if Sly comes back, lol.
What? What's up, Skivvy? How you doing? What's up? What's up? Hi. Oh, this guy's following me. That's why. Did you die already? You guys should probably be aiming at me, just saying. Man, dude, I shot off this entire town. Dude, I'm trying to get rid of these dudes. All right. Game ain't letting me do what I want to do. Oh man, all right, Skivvy. Well, you have a good night. Hope you feel better.
Never again.
Hey, thank you for the bit, Zaddy. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Put Strauss on the back of John's horse and let's get out of here.
Which one's John? Oh, this one?
Make sure nobody's following us. We'll get back to camp. We're gonna gather the troops and get them to start packing up.
Sure. We can't stick around after
Boy.
this.
Hey, thank you for the bit, Skivvy. Appreciate ya. Hope you feel better, man. I don't know what cedar fever is. I'm guessing that's like
Better get out of here.
hay fever, allergies. So I hope you feel better. Scape from Valentini. Alright, I am escaping. Oh, I'm wanted again. Dead or alive. On a steel horse I ride. All right, Zaddy. Thank you very much. Appreciate you being here. You have a good night and enjoy your little doggies, okay? What's up, Saddler? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. My health core is at like nothing. I gotta go to camp. Hey, Zaddy, thank you for using the pepper emote. I hope everybody liked the little pepper emotes that I made in the Discord chat. I want to add more, but I need more slots for Twitch, but the only way you get more slots is you get more subscribers. So it's like,
Hi there, Arthur.
they're so cute. Thank you. I made them in a program called Emote Lab.
Hello, Arthur.
Who said that? You? Hello.
Hey, Javier.
It's funny. Arthur definitely walks like a man who's been shot 300 times.
For now.
Like he's got bullets replacing his
That'd be
bones.
nice. Join the commune. We stop when we find someplace sensible.
But where is
Them that's
Arthur's
following
tent
us
though?
lie low.
This is lying low.
Did I draw them? No,
Turned
I
into a
wish I
bunch of
did.
killers, I mean it.
No.
Ain't even got the
I do
delusion to
not
be
have that
anything
kind of
but a
talent.
bunch of killers.
We are just trying to
There,
survive,
it's a program where you can like it's
This
like a
will
character
soon.
creator basically.
Damn right it will.
You can like put them together. Hey, Toji, what's up? Yeah, Matt, I said good night. I was like, good night, Matt. Where's Arthur's tent, bro? Am I not able to use it right now? Or did I pass it like a dummy?
Miss Grimshaw.
Yeah, I'm not as talented as you, Zaddy. I can't quite draw yet. All right, Saddler. Thank you for stopping by. The horse doesn't die slowly. It just the stamina doesn't go up as quickly as it usually does. It drains the stamina core. You need to make some more stuff for your stream setup. Well, you see, the thing I like about your stream, Zaddy, is that everything's hand drawn by you. So I always like when people have like that hand drawn feel to their stream. All right, bye, Saddler. But I will brush the horse just for you. Here you go. Arthur, please brush the horse. What's he doing?
So, you save the silly bastard's life, then you and him go robbing sheep.
He's a grown man.
Oh, because Abigail wanted to come yell at me, that's why.
He's a goddamn father.
He's got a child. He ain't no father.
I'm just begging you not to get him killed.
Killed. Don't worry, I won't get him killed.
Hey, come on, boy. Relax.
There you go. See? I'm brushing the horsey just for you. You're a good boy. Oh, I gotta tap it. I can't hold it down. Alright, I'll tap it. I remember when I went to that one Western camp that I was telling you all about. They let me brush the horse because we each got a horse for the week. And they let me brush the horse. And it's kind of cute because, like, when you're brushing them, they'll, like, look over back behind them to look at you while you're doing it. It's so cute. Am I going to do that mission? Nah, I'm not going to do any of the missions. This is going to be the rest of the game. Just me brushing the horse. There you go. Is that enough, Wayne? Is that enough brushing for you? Here, I'll even give the horsey a treat. Classic oat cakes. Buy a new fit, you peasant. Oh my god, fine. You people are so freaking insatiable. Alright, let me see. Where is... I can't go to Valentine anyway. Barber. Doctor. Bounty hunter. Gunsmith. No, there's no clothing store here anyway. I gotta wait till I get to Rhodes. You frickin' fricks. Your fantasies can never be quenched. Saint Denis? Well, that's not for a while now. Because I still gotta go through Rhodes. I gotta do the Braithwaite stuff. Then after that, we get to go to Saint Denis. Alright, Dutch. What's up, Noah? I got lumbago.
So, we moving?
Yeah. Micah told me of a place.
Am I actually not going to do any of the missions?
Look here. Dewberry Creek, he said.
Okay.
Maybe you and Charles can go take a look, clear off anyone you find before the whole lot of us move in looking so conspicuous.
And how we gonna do that?
I don't know. Start dancing?
Looks like I turned into the goddamn errand boy.
You have turned into my son. You worry because I worry. We are just the same.
Hey, Charles, come on.
What's up, Hello Kitty? Sure. What's up, John Marston? Yeah, this is my well, more like my third playthrough. Hey, we get to hang out with Charles. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, boy.
You're gonna go to your grandma's house tomorrow? Hell yeah. Tell your grandma I said sup. You have to put your dog up? Okay. I'm glad you said up.
Find a new spot to camp. We're packing up and moving on.
This game is peak. Hell yeah, it is. I agree. Jan Marston, I agree. Whoa, where you going? Where you going, Charles? Where you going, Charles? Alright, you're following me, I guess. That's a bad idea.
They must know where we are by now.
I don't know where we're going, buddy. GPS ain't doing nothing for me. Hold up. I gotta turn on the GPS. This away.
Hold.
Right, let's go, Charles. You just beat it today. Is it your first playthrough? Do I have the double barrel shotgun? Not yet. I don't think so. I got the sawn off and I got the pump action.
We're heading south?
Yeah. Area called
Red Dead Redemption has given me lumbago.
Dutch wants us to give it a look. Make sure it's clear and a good place to lie low for a while.
Charles has the cookies and cream horse. He does, don't he?
I never thought I'd
Can't see my map. My stupid mic is in the way. I can't see nothing. I'm trying to look at Charles's horse. Yeah, he does have the cookies and cream. I think his horse is an Appaloosa. It's got that that pattern.
Everything he stands for. That'd be admitting we're nothing more than low-down criminals.
Which
Oh my god, Matt, go to bed,
You
dude.
don't have to tell me.
So where does it
Your
end?
rage baiting is low tier, dog.
The moving, the running.
Dutch don't see it as running.
I love eating peanut butter cookies. I
I
do.
don't know.
I wouldn't say love.
Put enough time and distance
I'd
between
like
you and the
them. I
problem.
don't love them.
Eventually, it went away. This is a big country. Now, these Pinkertons will better pay bounty hunters. I ain't so sure. Maybe the price on our heads got too big.
Yeah. And tacos, yeah, there you go. That I'll agree with. I love tacos.
Cornwall's money behind them for one, which guarantees even more trouble.
You like the tale, Noah? It is quite hypnotizing, I'm sorry. It sways to and fro when I'm concentrating.
I think that must be it up ahead. The old dried up creek.
Seems very open.
Yeah, it does. Ain't sure to be the best in the rain, neither. Well, let's take a look around.
Oh, are we searching for a new house?
Hey, I see something over there. You see it? Someone on the ground there.
Investigate the body. You posted about beating it on your channel. Hey, good job.
Careful, Arthur.
Have you beaten the first Red Dead?
There's a camp just up ahead.
Sure. Let's get ready for business. Any issues? Shoot first, debate second.
I'm gonna shoot for the sake of it.
All right, Charles, let's go take a look.
Let's get ready for business.
Here it is. A few tents, but place looks empty.
Let's have a look around and make sure.
Hello? Is there anybody here? I do not have a dog that's a Rottweiler.
Maybe they heard us coming. Be careful.
I got no dogs. I got a kitty. Hey, Deku, how you doing? You never played it? Oh, I recommend that one next then. Since technically it's the second one, you're not like spoiling yourself or nothing. What do you want me to do?
Someone's been here.
Do I watch Edmund X? I do not.
Someone's still here.
Is that a streamer?
There ain't no one here now.
I ain't so sure about that.
Oh, there's someone right there. Hey, Charles, you mind moving? Thanks, buddy.
It's okay. It's okay. You can come out of there.
If anyone's gonna watch a VTuber, they gotta start with Slack. Oh,
You
thank
okay?
you.
You don't mean you no harm.
I appreciate that. That's real kind of you. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. YouTuber and TikToker. Oh, okay. I mean, I can't say that I heard of him, but...
He said, are you okay?
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Speaking she Deutsch?
No. Now go on. Get out of here. Go. We need the land. Go. Get the hell out of
They
here.
took our father.
Who did?
Men, last night.
Where? Where did they take him?
Ain't no business
Yes, that
of
is
ours.
correct, Hello Kitty. I
don't
do
even
love my
speak
cat.
their language.
You ain't as
So much
tough
so
and
that I
dense as all
turned
that.
her into emotes on the Discord channel. And if TikTok ever allows me to upload emotes on it, then I will upload those emotes onto my TikTok chat.
Come on.
I don't see no.
What do I watch for fun? Do you mean like in terms of streamers? Because the streamers I watch are like Vine Sauce and Germa mostly.
And her children on their way?
We're wanted, man. We got Pinkertons breathing down our necks.
In terms of VTubers, I'll watch like my VTuber friends.
Wild goose chase.
Come on, Arthur. That's not how you are.
Anything.
Well, maybe you don't know
I gotta
me
say,
well
I
as
don't
you
really
think you
watch
do.
too much TV. TV don't really interest me none.
Give me a second.
Like the last full TV show I ever watched from start to end was Doctor Who. That's it.
Okay,
Looks like they go down this way.
But I'm the kind of person where like I'll turn on the TV, whatever's on, I'll watch it.
So, what happened with
You
those
can see the
piggies,
sunset.
anyway?
Oh yeah, I like that
When you were fishing
detail.
with Jack?
Said they were on to us.
Yeah, they went crazy with the details in this game. Kind of makes me excited to see what kind of details they'll do for GTA 6.
Then, if you ask me.
Wait, just let me make sure this is right.
John, that is one, that is hilarious, and I love that. And two, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, VTubers are they're a silly bunch.
Continues along the shore here. Anyway, you were saying?
Bastards.
I'm always worried though that like I'm not VTuber enough. You know what I mean? Because I've seen the people that watch VTubers and they like the really high energy people, VTubers, and like it's hard for me to be high energy because I'm kind of just like I'm just a chill guy. I hate myself for saying that. Nah, I'm more laid back.
John said he was going back to the auction yard to collect the money for those sheep.
He'd be a damn idiot going anywhere near that town right now.
Feel bad for whoever edited
You
the
reckon
clubs.
you'd be able to slip in and out?
Oh, like the nightclubs? Yeah.
It's John's idea. It
Yeah,
must
I mean
be
that
good
is why
one.
they got thousands of people working for them, you know?
He disappeared on us for a while.
10 studios are probably working on that game right now.
Hold up. Let me check this.
I am excited for GTA 6, and you bet I'm playing GTA 6 day one. When it comes out, I'm getting that game, and we are playing and streaming that day one.
So, you was saying?
You did?
And we was family, you know? Guess I still ain't fully forgiven him for
Can you eat all the tacos? You know, it's funny, Kitty, because you don't know how right that is. Whenever I go to family functions and somebody makes tacos, I eat more than like I can actually count.
Seems deserted. Let's take a look.
I just love tacos. Hey, thank you for sharing the live. Appreciate you. Thank you for the follow, Ivy. Welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, this part. I like this camp. I'm sad that they had to leave this one.
I don't know. But you know something? This is a better camp spot than back there. Much easier to defend.
Maybe.
Oh, that guy's tied up.
This looks like our fella, Charles.
Your birthday's this month? Well, happy early birthday.
Quick, cut him free and let's get out of here.
Well, thank you, Noah. I appreciate that.
What the hell do you think you're doing? What are we doing? This ain't even
Whoa.
our goddamn fight.
See what I mean? I'm much better at shooting hats than I am at shooting heads. Like I can pop a guy's hat off. Oh my god, reload, Arthur. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Little trick I learned, by the way, when you play this game, because of the auto aim, if you flick the left stick up quickly when you're aiming like this, you'll always get a headshot.
It's okay. Getting you out of here.
My singing is good. Oh, okay. Now I know you're lying to these people.
Go find Dutch.
There ain't no way I'm a
Caravan
good
to
singer.
divert here. This spot should work for us.
I agree.
All right, settler, let's go. Vamonos, or whatever you say in Germany. Let me get on my horse. You know what? Oh my god.
Come on. I'll take you back to your family.
Was machen wir jetzt? Also soll ich mitkommen?
I'm so sorry. I just knocked that guy over. Whoops. Ah, thank you, Kitty. I appreciate it. Okay, there we go. Well, it's close enough, right? Give me that hat. I lost my raccoon hat. I should probably get it back from the camp. Because I got that really cool raccoon hat from the dude in Valentine. Then it got shot off my hat. Hit my head. Sean.
What the hell did you do to those fellers?
Wie bitte?
Those men.
Wie
back
bitte?
there, why did they
That one I
take
know.
you?
I know that one.
Money. Meiner Familie gehört eine Goldmine. Sie wollen Lösegeld erpressen.
How did someone even come up with them words?
Sie bringen mich zu meiner
I love when he
Familie.
says that.
Vielen
How
Dank.
did even anybody come up with them words? Hey, Nanami.
I can barely speak English.
What's up? Where have I been? It's not been days. Don't exaggerate. It's been one day. And I always tell you guys that I'm gonna take a break. What's up, anime lover? How are you doing? Am I gonna watch the Super Bowl on Sunday? I am. But I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't rooting for the Patriots. Because I live on the West Coast. We don't root for the Patriots on the West Coast. How did it feel like a week? It's been one day. Yeah, I will be watching the Super Bowl. If it was legal, I'd probably stream the Super Bowl. Then we could just talk shit while doing it, but it ain't legal, unfortunately. You need a special license to do that. There will be streamers who do stream the Super Bowl, but that's because they have like a special deal. And you have to have a license to do it. Patriots lose 9 times out of 10. Well, they better lose. Go to your saddle and you can find your hat. I thought that was only if you stored it, though. Because I don't think I stored it. Why is it illegal to stream the Super Bowl? Because the NFL is stupid. Like, you can't even watch the Super Bowl on, or like, you can't watch football in general on anything except for like NFL approved channels or whatever. It's dumb. There was this one streamer though, I think it's hilarious. They were streaming a football game. There was their face and there was a mirror behind them. And you could see the game like really clearly from the reflection, and somehow that passed. they didn't get in trouble for that.
Ich hab was für Sie. Einen Moment. Dankeschön. Thank you.
Dankeschön.
Vielen Dank. Herzlichen Dank.
German. I mean, Arthur, you gotta learn German. Whoops, I flipped my words there. German, you gotta learn Arthur. If we get them more money views, yeah. The thing is, they're run by boomers who think
this place.
If it's not on their channel, then they ain't making money.
Miss Grimshaw.
You checked if I gone live throughout the day. Well, I told you. Okay, so
Make this place a home. Well,
Wednesday, I told
where the
y'all that
hell
I
we
wasn't
are,
gonna stream
but
Thursday.
we're going to make the best of it.
And tomorrow, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream because I got stuff I got to do through the day. I got to take care of a family member. So I don't know if I can stream tomorrow. I'll try. And then Sunday is a non-stream day. I don't stream Sundays. Germany got to learn Arthur because he's a different species. Yeah. Can you imagine Arthur in Europe? People are going to lose their minds. Oh, you're welcome, Merlin. Sometimes I worry I'm not patient enough with people. But I'll tell you a secret. If you ever want to learn patience, go work with children. Because most of my career has been working in education. I've worked with children very closely. You learn patience real fast. Okay, where's my camp? There it is. It's up there. You're gonna go to bed? All right, John. Thanks for being here. You have a good night.
What you want, Micah? Nothing. I'm just being civil, my
What's up, Kate?
Well, hello there.
You really are a very charming man, aren't you? I won't pretend ignorance. I know just what you mean.
Ah, thank you, Merlin. I appreciate that.
Things seem bad. The world has changed.
Where's my...
I'm not making much sense, am I?
There we go. Thought I lost the best hat in the world. Hey, what's up, damn? Look at this. This is the best hat in the entire game. You cannot tell me different.
Done plenty of bad things that we've all forgotten about.
What up, damn? What up? What's good, homie? That's peak. Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. You know what's up.
Morning, Arthur.
You gonna change your profile picture? Okay, go for it. Who said good morning? You?
You okay?
Yeah. So tell me, was that bad?
Blah, 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 blah.
How you doing, old friend?
Slacker Santa?
Us in and up down here. My daddy died.
No, I don't
in the field
understand
in
the Santa
Pennsylvania,
nickname.
Fighting this lot. I ever tell you that?
Everything is fine? Good to hear. Good to hear.
I see I'm boring you, Arthur.
Worrying me. We lost men back
Yeah, I know. You guys are
We
nice to me.
have
I just like
lofty
messing with
goals,
y'all. That's it.
Arthur.
What's
We're
up,
trying
Nameless?
to
How you
reform
doing?
society to a kinder, truer, better way. Now, of course, there's gonna be casualties.
Just got off work? Hell yeah.
World of
You got the weekend off?
We are
Or are you just off for
in
tonight?
an ever duller world of facts. Now, I'll give you that, but come on.
Like I said, that's how it is with us foxes.
It's nice out.
We foxes are tricksters.
Hosea says that there's a creek around here. I reckon it's full of fish.
Am I gonna go fishing with you, Dutch? Because I don't have my fishing hat on. Ah, who am I kidding? This is a fishing hat. Hold up, let me see. I'm gonna pause the game real quick. Let me see. I need to look at Nanami's profile picture. If TikTok ever decides to load. Oh, that's cute. Good choice. Good pick. That's a nice profile picture. I give it a 10. 10. Arthur in Europe be like, what the hell is ketchup and dino nuggets? I don't know what y'all are talking about, but I want my goddamn dino nuggets.
Why don't you show us this creek you've been pissing in?
Hey, you don't look too rosy, old friend. I thought this warmer weather would...
My days are looking good along over Dutch.
Look at you, Hosea, looking all spiffy.
Bubble burst a few. Come on, Hosea. Let's go fishing.
Get on.
All right, gentlemen. Let me show you how it's done.
You forgive me. Okay. As long as you forgive me. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Wayne. Your profile picture is unique. That it is. You got a very unique profile picture, Zach.
Before any of them back there, there was
What do I think about a drawing?
Couple and their unruly son.
Can you be specific? Which
You did
drawing?
well finding that spot, Arthur.
More Charles than me.
It's like I can breathe again, thick and soupy as this air is. Might even do your whistling
Thick
pipes some
and
good,
soupy.
Hosea.
I was once in this country with
You
Bessie.
can make anything a meme if you use Arthur's voice.
Feels like a lifetime
Like that
ago.
one video. There's one that I love where someone like edited a picture of Arthur and they photoshopped in a hand holding jelly beans. And it's just Arthur eating jelly beans and he goes, "You want some jelly beans?"
Make enough money, then find somewhere.
It's so
where
stupid, but I think it's
nobody will find us,
hilarious.
where we don't have to hide.
Like a fan art? Oh.
I got some ideas.
I mean, I'll tell you,
but I need you with
if
me,
anybody
not
wants to draw
against me.
fan art, you are more than welcome to. You don't need to ask me at all.
We do need money.
Just go for it.
Keep a low profile, especially in the local town.
Jelly beans. Anybody want some jelly beans? I got some jelly beans.
But start turning over the soil.
You know,
and
Dutch.
rocks. See what turns up.
You keep eating my goddamn jelly beans, Dutch.
Imagine what a slew of rich simpletons there must be down here. Oh, this is perfect for you, Hosea. You'll be able to play them like a fiddle.
Nothing would give me greater pleasure.
Just
than
don't make it
knowing
naughty.
you
Yeah, don't make it naughty. I mean, I trust you guys.
We fish and we enjoy the day.
I'd say the community has not grown in such a way that we've attracted people that draw that kind of stuff. But just as a rule of thumb.
Hello, gentlemen. Well, look what the cat drug in. I seem to have gotten myself in a spot of bother.
Quiet back there.
Oh, is that
Let's see
what's
if
his
we can't
face?
sort this out.
Trelawney?
How are you, boys?
Fine.
This is quite some country
Yeah,
you
sure.
have here.
Damn, if you want to, go for it.
Hoagie McIntyre.
By all
at your
means.
service.
Lee Gray.
Draw away.
This is my deputy Archibald McGregor.
It's good to meet you.
You a Scot?
Partly. The best part.
Of course.
Now, tell me, sir, what did the silly, fancy fop back there do? Nothing too terrible, I trust.
He was accused of running a gold mining investment scam.
Oh, no. I'm sure he wasn't. He is a magician. I know him. He's a fool.
Magician?
But he is not a bad fellow. Now, can we just...
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Shit! The Anderson boys! I can't have more scandal!
The Anderson boys. Oh, them goddamn Anderson boys.
Arthur,
Chase wanted
Back
me
at
to-
it again.
and take Archibald with you.
Just what I signed up for. Come on, big guy.
Perhaps we can discuss the foolish magician.
Let's go after that train. Keep your guns holstered. We need them Anderson boys alive.
Well, you got it. Don't worry.
All right.
Come on, we're losing them.
Will you relax? We're not losing them.
Faster, come on. What's your name, sir?
Arthur Callahan.
Faster, Mr.
Arthur
Callahan,
Callahan.
please. My neck is on the line here.
Monsieur Callahan. Doing my best.
Looks like the son of a bitch is gonna make it.
God damn it.
What the hell are you doing?
Trying to throw a rope on him, dog.
Will you stop that? Look at you two fellas all
Nope.
That must have hurt. Leave him. Stay with that train. The train is slowing down to go through the station. Now's our chance.
Sorry, that caught me off guard. I forgot that happened.
Go any faster?
My horsey's tired.
Closer. Get us alongside it. Don't let these
Hold up. Need to feed my horse a carrot.
bastards get away. Come on.
No,
get to
feed
side
the
of
horse
that
a...
train.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Nice of the train to slow down.
Hurry. Get alongside it. Get alongside that flat carriage.
Dude, I am trying. My horse is tired, bro.
Stick to the side of the train. need to get alongside it.
Have I heard of your horse prince? Is that one of them weird stories?
Get closer.
Oh my god, dude, my horse. I can't, dude. My horse is so
Keep us
freaking...
close to the train.
I think we're gonna fail this because my horse ran out of stamina.
Come on, you must be able to get next to it.
Can't I like jump on top of the cart here? Come on, horse. Come on. And also, my horse does not want to get close.
Watch out, he's throwing bottles at us. You think you can jump on there? Not me. Because you ride like my grandmother. You are something else. Get in closer.
Dude, I'm trying. My horse is tired, dude. Which is kind of ironic for a thoroughbred because they got a lot of stamina. Come on, come on. Oh my god, and it slows down again. Hello there. See, okay. Of course we're gonna fail. What's up, Sisu? Long time no see. How you been? You want a fourth dog from your grandma's house? What do you mean by that? It's a horse with a handsome guy and a big... Oh, I remember that.
Closer. Get us alongside it.
I've seen that before. It's a really weird dating sim game, right?
Low down bastard. Keep us close to the train. Come on. Now, jump.
There we go.
Bastard. I didn't do nothing.
Really, Arthur? You better not lose my hat. You never played it, but you see foot. Did I stream that on Valentine's Day? What's up, Sisu? I've been alright. How you been? Damn bastard. My hat! Oh, you're gonna pay for that.
I'm gonna see you die here.
You're lucky I can't kill you. Give me my hat. There we go.
Running ain't gonna help.
We're under attack.
Oh my
Welcome
goodness.
to the gaming couch, all 9 Pocket of Time viewers. We're so happy to have you.
We need to bother. Let me go. Can't do that.
What's up, Pocket and Pocket Raiders? How are y'all guys doing? Okay, hold up. Let me give you a proper shout out. Oops. That ain't how you do it. There we go. You're playing Fatal Frame. Heck yeah.
Let's make this quick.
How was the Fatal Framing? Oh.
You sure? Watch yourself. He's as dirty as... Need some gin? Come on.
Knocking my hat off. Dude, he's too fast. I can't dodge.
Come on. I'm right out here if you need me.
Okay, there we go. No more knife. But what's up, Raiders? What's up, Pocket? You guys having a good evening? We are playing some Red Dead Redemption 2 tonight.
I think I won the fight. Just about.
Okay. Yeah, I got my hat. Can you have my least favorite hat? Yeah, sure, you can have my least favorite hat.
Deputy?
One chapter
Like
left.
quite a commotion.
Heck yeah.
Is that him?
I can't wait till the remake one comes out, because then I'll stream that.
So what now?
Take him in. Come on.
Because I've watched Fatal Frame be played, and it looks like a really fun game.
Load Anders onto the back of your horse there, and we'll take him to Sheriff Gray. There you go. You are a natural. All right, let's take him in.
Dog at your grandma's house, gave birth to your first dog. Oh, so you just got a whole family of dogs? That's cute.
And that's really saying something.
You're the boss.
That was mighty impressive, sir. I have to admit. I'd hazard a guess you've served the law yourself at some point.
Is that your, I don't know if I asked this yet already, but is that your first time playing Fatal Frame?
No, not really.
Alright, not on me.
Here, these tobacco fields? This is part of
Tobacco?
Calaga Hall, big estate belonging to
You guys
the Gray
want to look
family.
at the tobacco fields?
Yes, we
That's
are
some
in
good
dire need
tobacco
of
there.
some rain round here, let me tell you. The Grays have lived in Calaga Hall
It is?
for
Ooh,
generations.
how you liking it so far?
My family's been working for them for years.
And are you going to play the other Fatal Frames too?
Of course, but they own half the businesses in town.
Which town?
Rhodes, sir. You don't know it? Where we're headed right now. Ain't
Also,
what it was before the war, but
by
it
the way,
has
don't
its
let me talk
charms.
your
I'm
head
sure
off,
you
all right?
already
If you
know
need
of
to,
the Braithwaites.
you need to go and take care of yourself for the evening, please do.
Another
You can
big
just tell me to
family
shut
in
up and
these
stop talking.
parts. They have an estate west of here. Awful people.
But I do
truly
appreciate you.
They've
Thank
been
you
fighting
for
with
the
Grays
raid.
for as long as I can remember.
Sounds like quite the
Scary
place
and a
you
lot
got
of
here.
fun. Ooh. I need something to, cause I did Silent Hill for October. The Silent Hill 2 remake. So I need something for the for this October. Thank you for the free run kiss.
Whoa.
All right, Wayne, you have a good night. Thank you for being here.
Up there on
I
your left is the
appreciate you,
Rhodes
my
Parlor
friend.
House. Very reputable saloon owned by the Gray family. We also have a general store, gunsmith, post office, train station, of course.
One more
But
do
you
you
got
need?
everything that town has. Hmm?
Oh, good, they're back. And that's your friend, right?
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna stop just ahead on the right, outside the sheriff's office. Can you grab Anders off your horse and carry him in for me? Just bring him here.
Oh.
Hey, fellas.
My cat is getting underneath the fridge again.
Mr. Gray!
Oh, Pepper, you are such a troublemaker.
I told you Arthur would deliver. Man has a passion for justice.
That's wonderful.
So, about my friend here?
Your idiot friend is free to go. But no more trouble from you, partner.
I promise
Partner.
you this was all just a big misunderstanding. However, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I'll pretend to appreciate that. Mr. McIntosh, it has been a real pleasure. The mostly good citizens of Rhodes, we welcome you.
Well, we're just honored to be here.
And make your friend behave. We got enough trouble from some of the residents, old-timers who've gone, sadly, to seed and lost their dignity.
How terrible. Come along now. I will keep this fellow on the straight and narrow.
Come back and see us sometime soon. Excuse me,
Is nobody
gentlemen.
gonna comment on my beautiful raccoon
Better
hat?
be ugly rumors. Is it true you
They're
were
just
seen
ignoring
talking
me.
to that wretched Penelope Braithwaite?
I can't thank you enough.
Where have you been?
Around.
And where you staying?
I'm renting a caravan on the edge of town behind the church. It's horrible, but no one comes looking. The whole town is trapped in this interminable feud between the two families. His lot, Grays, and Braithwaite's.
Interesting.
Two old plantation houses, and falling out of rebel gold, and marrying cousins or not marrying.
Arthur, Jose, you start poking around. See what you can find out about that.
I have missed you, boys.
Oh, I'm gonna poke
I've
around,
heard
all right.
About bounty.
There's been a price on my head for 13 years. It'll take 'em months to find us down here, and it seems like
We can have a little sport. Well, they're good bounties.
Where you hear this?
Some fellas I met at a camp near the state line said there was talk of it in bars in the north and west for 500 miles. There was talk of super agents or some
Super agents. I'd love to meet one. It's just talk.
I'm sure it is. but I
Super
couldn't not
agent.
tell
They're
you.
sending the Terminator
Stay out of trouble.
after me.
Thank you, gentlemen.
You imagine that, like Arthur becomes so unstoppable.
So these two plantation families.
All of a sudden, you just see the portal open up right in front of him. Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
By it earlier with our friend Archibald.
Good. Hosea, you see
Oh
what
wait,
you
no,
can
that's
find
Judge
out about
Dredd.
these Braithwaites.
Thank you, Arthur.
No, RoboCop. What am I saying?
Quite a fishing trip.
There's still time.
He'd say,
How about you,
"I'm
Arthur?
here to terminate
Have you had
you."
enough of the chase
Can't
for
do an
one day?
Arthur, Arnold voice. Fishing? Sure, let's go fishing.
Why not?
Great. Hosea, why don't you lead us to that spot you were talking about? I kind of like this place.
Okay. Let's see if we can avoid any more excitement.
Look at all this horse crap. Oh, look at our horses. They're best buds. They were all just hanging out. Except mine.
Gentlemen, follow me.
It was a bit special.
Hello? So how far is this creek?
It's a bit of a ride still. And it's not a creek. It's the same lake we camped on, just a different vibe. It'll be worth it. I saw some big drum and sturgeon there. Should be rock bass, bluegills, perch, pickerel too. It's a good spot.
We'll see if you're as good at catching fish as you are at catching criminals, Arthur.
Trelawney owes me for that.
Arthur.
Trelawney owes
I'm the best
everyone
fish
for
catcher.
something, but his information is good.
Plus, we
I got
are
99
now
fishing.
ingratiated with the local law. I'd say it was a worthwhile diversion all around.
Trelawney's like a bad penny.
I'm not sure how good a magician he is, but he's certainly good at disappearing when he feels like it.
Where does he go?
Everywhere and nowhere, it seems. We wouldn't have got Sean back if he hadn't been weaseling around down that way, though.
Hey, Dutch, remember that time you found him in the outhouse?
Oh, yeah. We hadn't seen him in weeks. We stopped in some dead-end town in the middle of nowhere. Don't even remember the name.
You and Bill were off doing something, Arthur.
So, we pick up some supplies. I go to relieve myself. Open the door, and there's Trelawney, sitting there, newspaper in hand. Mr. Vanderlyn. I say, what the hell are you doing here? And he said, I could ask you the same thing. Now, if you wouldn't
Fascinating
mind giving me a
story.
little privacy, I ate a rotten oyster.
Hey, maybe there are actually 100 Trelawneys.
What a terrible thought.
So funny. Anyways, I can't wait to get to the next town with the clothing
This
store.
is the spot. Down to the left there.
Because then I'm gonna dress Arthur to be all dapper, but I'm keeping that beard. I'm wondering if next stream I should go looking for the White Arabian though, because I want to have it early enough that I can build a full bond.
You're okay, boy.
But then it's gonna
I saw some
be real
boats around
heartbreaking
last
at the
time.
end
Be
of the
good to
game.
get to deeper water.
Hey, those the boats you mean?
Yes. Good.
I'm sure nobody would mind if we borrowed one of these. Come on. Go.
Yep, just park the horse anywhere.
All right.
What's that, John?
This looks like a fine vessel.
Are you unable to get to sleep?
Let's get her in the water.
I got a good feeling about
We're about to
fishing here.
go fishing, so
Supposed to be some
just
incredible
listen in on
sturgeon.
the stream.
Okay.
It'll be like a nice little lullaby.
Let me row. You boys are too old for real labor no more.
You're too dumb for anything else.
You're still too quick for me, old man.
I enjoy picking on children. Now take us to the deeper water and pray for good luck and stupid fish.
I'm a stupid
What
fish.
about stupid luck and good fish?
That'll do too. Head towards the middle of the lake.
Man, this looks so freaking nice. Can you imagine how good the fishing must have been back in those days?
All right.
Back
Good
before
luck,
everything got
gentlemen.
fished out.
Should really come here at dawn
Clean
or dusk.
water.
That's when you catch the best fish. We should use a lake lure. That'll give us a much better chance
just
of hooking
talking
something
shit
big
here.
like a sturgeon.
Yeah.
What's wrong with a good old worm?
Oh, worms are good for tiddlers like bluegill and rock bass, but you'd have to be real lucky to catch a sturgeon with one.
Lures it is, then. You heard the expert, Arthur. Let's bait up.
Keep the lure moving slowly on the water so it looks like a little fish just asking to be eaten.
Want to catch the sturgeon. Did you get auto-corrected? The best and worst invention.
That's on the hook, Arthur.
There we go. Damn it, I lost him.
Got him?
Come on, baby, be a sturgeon.
There you go. That's a nice one.
What do we get? Trout?
Got a bite. Got one. Ah, I should have had that one.
Steelhead trout. Ooh,
Not
that's
bad.
good eating.
Keeping that one, eh?
Hey, Hosea. You remember that time we sent Arthur out fishing? He came back with 3 beautiful bass.
Oh, I did not throw that one far enough.
Again.
I don't think I do.
Oh, yeah. You do. He was maybe 20. 21. Walked in all full of himself. We had a big feast. Toasted him all night.
This was 15 years ago.
Oh, I remember.
Oh, yeah,
now.
he's 35. Okay.
Then, the next
I remember
week,
that.
Arthur and I are at the market, and Fishmonger calls out, "So how did you enjoy those bass?"
Look, you can fish, or you can go drinking all day, rob someone, and buy some fish.
You hooked him. Ha! Got ya.
There he is.
I used to go fishing with this feller back in the day. Wesley, his name was. Real miserable bastard, but he loved to fish. We go out all the time.
Ooh, what's this one? Carp?
Look at this beauty.
There you go.
Bass.
Well done, Arthur.
They can grow a lot bigger than that. Fella told me he once saw a monster lake sturgeon near the mouth of the river, just southwest of Saint Denis. 50-pounder, he reckoned.
I would like to see that.
Remember those big salmon I caught in Montana last year? We had a banquet planned that night until Copper went and scoffed the lot.
You never had control of that dog.
He had some spirit, though. Never lost the puppy in him, right to the end.
You know, I remember us saying how Blackwater was the furthest east
Welcome
we've ever
back
been.
from the
As
ad
a
break.
group, I mean.
If
Feels
you
like
hate
the more we
ads,
try to head
consider a
west, the
sub
further
or
east
using
we
your
end
Twitch
up.
Prime.
We had all those safe spots picked
Welcome
out
back
till
from
I
the
know
ad
in
break,
New
everybody.
Austin After the ferry job?
I liked it.
If it was a million ads again,
So open
my
and
apologies.
wild, the way it should be. Somehow the desert makes you feel closer to the sky.
No point us trying to get back that way anytime soon. Pinkertons had patrols out all over tall trees and Great Plains. We saw when we went back for Sean.
Well, look at us now, huh? It could be worse. Plans change.
What was what?
That's just how life goes. Not bad, Arthur.
Are you talking about my
Did I ever tell you my mother's
Foxy?
buried in
Did you hear the
Really?
voice?
She is?
Apparently so. I only found
Yeah,
out
that's
from an
Foxy.
uncle of mine years later.
You see the little fox here next to me?
Philadelphia. I
He
left
does all of
when
my
I was
stream
15 and
announcements
didn't
for
see
me.
her again. She and I didn't always see eye to eye.
And that's his voice.
He's a very obedient child.
I can only imagine.
Still, I loved her in my own way, and she me in hers. Somehow, even from the grave, she managed to have the last laugh. Nice.
This looks like a tiny fish. I'm gonna throw this one back, I think.
Good job, Arthur.
£4.
Worth keeping that one.
Yeah, it is worth keeping that one. Oops. Let go too early. Here comes Troublemaker Pepper. Here to knock all the stuff off my computer again. Kind of relaxing and hypnotizing. Ooh, this fish wants it. No, not Piper. Pepper. Like P-E-P-P-E-R. Yeah. Like a spicy pepper. Because she's a spicy little girl.
It looks like you got a bite, Arthur.
Just gotta reel him in now, Arthur.
She's staring at me right now. One of these days I gotta get some pictures of her up onto the Discord so everybody can see what she looks like. I put some pictures when she was a kitten, but now she's a big girl.
You're getting the hang of this.
Another steelhead? This looks like a smaller one though. Yeah.
Very sporting of you.
We're looking for the big one. What's the Discord? Okay. I can give you the bit.ly link, or you can look up above at the link there and type that in. So the bit.ly link is bit.ly, so bit.ly /slackers discord, and there's a dash between slackers and discord. It'll be slackers dash discord, and it's a dash, not a slash.
Nicely done, Arthur.
Keep getting all the small ones.
So kind, Arthur.
You'll join later? Alright, all good. It's not as rowdy as most Discord servers. You know, people usually say hi, and that's about it. But the community is still pretty small, so it'll get there one day.
Biting, Arthur.
Hey, what's up, Dame? Thank you for the rose. Appreciate you. And why am I just getting these tiny little baby fish?
Well done.
See? You don't kill everything.
It'll take you a while to draw. All good, friend. Take all the time you need. The most cringe Discord profile. Somehow I doubt that. I've seen some pretty bad Discord profile pictures. I do not think you have the most cringe one.
Got a nibble there, Arthur?
Some people are pretty freaking unhinged. Do I know who Flamingo Albert is? No, I do not. Who is that? Your cat has gone crazy? Hey, join the club. I got a crazy cat too. Ooh, this one's actually putting up a fight. I wouldn't get it in. Ah, okay.
Holding out for a bigger one, are you?
Well, who is it? If you don't mind me asking. Is that a character? Here she goes. She's about to claw my leg.
You got a bite.
YouTuber, mostly Roblox. Oh, okay, okay. Gotcha. You know, one of these days we got to do a community Roblox thing. I don't know what we would play as a whole community, but I think that'd be fun. Mad Cat. Yeah, she's spicy. But it's only when I'm playing on my computer that she decides, you know what? I'm gonna screw with you. Where's Merlin? Dunno. Off doing their own thing, I suspect. Ooh, this one's 4 pounds, 7 ounces. We're gonna have so much fish to cook later. What a terror. I don't know. I don't know what Merlin's doing. Might want to ask them when they come back. Maybe they fell asleep. I have that effect on people. Watching my streams is like it's like mainlining Ambien. What's my favorite chapter? The one that gets you into Saint Denis. Because I really like big city places. There's a sturgeon right there.
That'll grill up nice.
You see that? Where'd it go? Look, sturgeon. Can I turn around? Please let me turn around.
Hey, I reckon we
No, 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 no.
Already?
No, 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 no.
You've been chasing down outlaws.
I want to catch that sturgeon.
All right. Think we got a decent haul here. Pearson will be happy. Should we head back?
Look at it.
Boat, not too far back to camp from
God
here.
dang it.
Good idea. Could be useful.
What about the horses?
Well, they'll find their way back.
Just follow the shore south, Arthur.
That was fun. Thank you, boys. Now, Hosea.
Yes.
How about a song?
Okay. All right, I got one for you. I
Here's his epilogue part 1. The one where you start playing as John.
I asked that gal to give me some. She says wait till the taters is done. I couldn't wait till the taters was done. I couldn't wait till the taters was done. Threw her on the floor and knocked off some.
Always dirty songs with these guys.
I wish to God I'd passed her by. Taters got burnt and so did I.
That was pretty good. But you know, what song we should be singing?
Oh, Arthur's tired.
Look at us. 3 mariners.
Busiest girl on nickel night.
Poor mariners newly come from the seas.
Pronghorn Ranch. Oh, in the beginning? Yeah. You mean like when John's super skinny? I always thought he looked sick in that part. TikTok lives are getting too stuck? What do you mean? Is my live glitching out?
But we care for the merchantmen that do our states maintain. To them we dance this round, around, around. To them we dance this round, around, around. And he that is a
Stuck for a moment. You're hungry? Should you eat Lay's or Oreos? Oh my gosh. You should eat normal food. But if that's all you got, then go for the Lay's. 'Cause at least that's not sugar. Happening with all the lives? Oh, okay. Well, glad it's not just me then. Because, I mean, usually I'm the one having all these problems, you know what I mean? Like I say, it's not a slacker stream without technical difficulties. Oh boy, Arthur's got that cough coming on. I always hate this part. In part 3 when he starts getting the cough. Will I go live tomorrow? I don't know. I'll try to go live, but I gotta take care of a family member.
You're gonna be okay.
So you know, I gotta do that for most of the day, but I'll try to go live tomorrow, okay? So forgive me if I don't.
You two by my side. Things are gonna be just fine.
We're under attack.
Oh my
Welcome
goodness,
to the
Mac.
gaming couch, all 5 will Mac and Cheese viewers.
Anyway.
We're so happy to have you.
Yo, what is up, my friend? Mr. Mac and Cheese.
I'll give these fish to Pearson.
Let me get you a proper shout out because my shout out thing don't work at the moment. Playing Neo 3. Yo, how's that? Is that fun? Is that anything like Dark Scrubs?
Arthur, how you been? I've been real worried.
What do you want?
Don't be like that. Just a few bucks. I'm short.
Get lost. Yeah, you can spare me the details.
You are short, Uncle. The little fox spoke. Yeah. He does all my shout outs and stuff. I guess, did the ads get you, Mac? Well, anyways, if there's any raiders that popped in, welcome. Appreciate all of you. Though I do got some bad news because this is where I was going to end it. But I do appreciate the raid. I'm going to sleep and then save. It's so cute. Thank you. I'm trying to get him to be a, I guess they call him agentic AI. Basically, I'm trying to get him to have some intelligence. He'll be able to talk to me, talk to the chat. even be able to entertain you guys if I, you know, do a BRB, that sort of thing, but I am so way over my head. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. You have a fox tag? Oh, that's cool. Alrighty. Oh boy, I think Mac just raided and then like vanished. Well, thank you anyways, friend. I appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. Twitch, you guys hang out for a bit. I'm gonna say goodnight to TikTok and then we will go ahead and raid out, okay? Okay, there we go. Alright. Yeah, thank you, Dale. Well, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate your support. We got a lot of new followers today. Oh, and thank you for all the likes. We got a bunch of likes today too. You guys, I appreciate your support. You guys are so supportive, and I love talking to you and hanging out with you. Like I said, I'll try to go live tomorrow, but you know, we'll see what happens. I got, you know, personal stuff to take care of with family and all that. But if I don't go live, don't get mad at me. I'll be back Saturday, or I'll be back Monday because Sundays are non-streaming days. So I'll be back Sunday or Monday. I need to leave because I'm getting tired and confusing myself. Anyways, you guys have a fantastic night. Take care of yourselves. Have a good day tomorrow. If I don't see ya, bye-bye. All right, Twitch. Let's go raid somebody, shall we? All of my friends are off at the moment, so I can't raid them. We got some people playing Red Dead. So I think we'll just raid somebody else watching Red Dead. Oh, another Fox VTuber. Let's go raid them. Another Fox VTuber. Alright, this is a new person. We've never raided them before, so you know the protocol, alright? Be very nice to this person. Alright. I will see you guys later. As I said, I will try to be live tomorrow, so please don't be mad if I can't. If I see you tomorrow, awesome. If not, you guys take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all Monday. Have a great night.